You've heard the pods, now see the smods. See smod.com, your one-stop shop for tickets and info to all upcoming live Smodco shows. Hollywood Improv hosts Babylon on November 11th. J Muse heading down under in Brisbane, Australia, November 11th through 13th at Supernova. Vancouver gets an evening with Kevin Smith on November 12th. Check out Kevin Ralph on Babylon at the Improv in Hollywood on Friday, November 18th. Supernova Adelaide in Australia gets Jason Mewes November 19th and 20th. Babylon back at the Improv in Hollywood on December 9th. Jay and Bob Get Old in Colorado. They have a sold-out show on Sunday, December 11th in Greenwood Village. Catch an evening with Kevin Smith for 2 evenings, actually, December 11th and December 12th in Greenwood Village, Colorado. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old, December 12th, South at the Landmark in Colorado. Fort Collins, get ready for Jay and Silent Bob Get Old on Tuesday, December 13th. Solo Kev in Colorado Springs on December 14th. Colorado Springs gets Jay and Silent Bob on Wednesday, December 14th. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Denver, Thursday, December 15th. An evening with that Kevin Smith in Denver, downtown in Larimer Square, Thursday, December 15th. Jay and Silent Bob Get Old in Telluride, Friday, December 16th. Kevin Smith dropping by Breckenridge on Sunday, December 18th. Bookmark csmod.com, and we'll see you in your town soon.
I'm going to the stash. I'm going to be on fucking Tell 'em Steve Dave. And then you come in and it's just fucking garbage.
If I call you by that $1,000 mic, I'll be as good as Tell 'em Steve Dave.
I love Tatum's belt when he wears it right underneath his tits.
Yeah. And
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. I'm here. Walt, you're here. And probably, no, definitely, a guy who would be referred to as the most lovable, the nicest, definitely the funniest and practical joker, Joe Gatto. And, oh, Quinn, you're here.
I saw that coming a mile away. You didn't fucking sandbag me with that one.
I thought it was going to go the other way.
No, I knew what he was doing.
I'm surprised you're here. I thought you would still be suckling on Bret Michaels' sack this week.
I thought we hashed this out already.
He didn't come to the podcast so he could hang out with Bret Michaels.
No, that's not true. Anyway.
So yes, Joe Gatto. Walt, I'd like to introduce you. Since he said earlier, he's like, I've never met Joe. I was like, but you have. He has, right? I mean, he definitely has.
Not really. Yeah. It's been one of those, I know who he is, he knows who I am, but we've never really sat down and had I think I shook your hand once.
Yeah.
Yeah. that one time. That's it. Besides that, we're up to 2. We're up to 2 now. Yeah, we're up to 2.
It was at the, you guys had a premiere party at a restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where it was.
Yeah. That was a good.
It was a busy night, so I didn't think you remember.
No, I knew I'd met you once, but that's pretty much all I've spoken to you more right now than I've ever have. So
is
I was nervous,
the cargo?
Definitely nervous.
But you were nervous at the premiere party?
And here right now, yeah.
So you're nervous in the presence of Joe Gatto.
I get that a lot.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. A very, very overpowering personality.
I still get nervous around Joe.
Yeah.
So I understand what you mean.
Do you get nervous around Walt Flanagan?
I do. Yeah, I'm equally as nervous.
Most people do.
Just because I didn't know who he was, I was like, who's this dude in the corner?
I know he's got his hoodie up. And
yeah, he's real Eminem in me right now.
Brian wants to keep it at a balmy 70 degrees or 60 degrees in here.
He's about to go to Florida. Yeah, I come in and it's like cranked up to 78. And I'm like, oh, it's a little warm.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I've got a layer or two more than Walt does on me naturally, but Jesus Christ, 70 is not crazy.
We shook hands earlier today, right?
Yeah.
Did you notice?
They were cold. I was going to mention it. I thought you were sick.
I know. I felt when I touched your hand, it was so warm. I was like, I wonder if you noticed how cold my hands are.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You did, huh?
You weren't wondering, I wonder if he'll hold my hand the whole time.
See, though?
I did realize that he sat so far away from me not to be, that I can't reach him.
Really? Your hands are, what is it? Maybe you have poor circulation. It's not that everyone else is Because you're like, get them, like, keep it like a meat locker.
Yeah, my wife's got that shit. She's just like anemic or something. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't she has an iron deficiency, so she's always like freezing.
Right.
I hate that.
It's not always cold. It's just cold in here.
So you're like a woman? Walt's like a woman.
He's on his period. He's lacking in
Walt
iron.
said that you can't think well in the cold. Like you think better in the heat.
Oh yeah,
You said the cold makes you sleepy.
Yeah.
Cold makes you sleepy. It's
The exact opposite of like every other person on the planet.
Really, when you get stuck, like let's say you crash on a mountainside.
Yeah.
The first thing that people want to do is
it's not the end of The Shining, man, when you're fucking falling asleep.
But if you crash at
70 degrees out.
you crash on a tropical island, I've never seen anybody in the movies ever fall asleep though.
Right. During the crash?
No, I'm talking about when they get out on the island and it's a balmy, it's hot and everything.
That's why those directors keep working, because they're like, well, we're not going to show them take a nap.
I know what you're saying, but it's
Right?
it's because you're not allowed to fall asleep. That's the only reason they talk about it. And the cold, when it's cold, they're like, don't fall asleep, you're going to die. Right?
But it's-
they don't land, they don't crash land and go, oh no, like they become narcolepsy.
But that's why cold makes you want to go to sleep though.
No, they don't want to go to sleep. They can't go to sleep because they're going to die. It's not like they get cold. Like when you get cold, you shake.
Or if they go to sleep, it's because they can't help it.
That's right.
Actually, hypothermia.
They're going to die, and sleep is a step
really
in the progression.
The human body just when it wants to grab a blanket when it's cold. It wants to grab a blanket, get comfortable, and fall asleep.
Again, cold being relative. Most people would not say 70. Which is widely regarded as the perfect room.
Perfect temperature, yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh man, it's 70 out. We got to get outside.
What was it in here when you went over and changed the dial?
What was it set to?
What was it on?
It was set to 78. It wasn't. Well, first off, it wasn't on at all.
So what's it in here? You think it was? What do you think the temperature was gauged?
Probably like 74 to 76, somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
that's the perfect temperature for me.
I can live with that.
74 to 70.
74 is a little warm, I think, but
What about 76? Because it was
It's higher.
yeah, 76 is a little warm.
and you're going down to Florida, so you're gonna soak it in when you're down there.
He's not going to die, though.
Bird, 85.
Well, I'll be awake at least.
Be awake and alive.
That's why they say they can't find people sometimes. Like if they go missing in the mountains or whatever, they get delirious and they take their clothes off and they try to get into like these little tiny crevices. Like it's weird. It's like this sort of
survive?
opposite effect. Yeah, like I don't know why they take their clothes off, but then they'll go into like these little crevices to huddle up, and then they die, and that's why they don't find their bodies right away. You know, unless some fucking
How often does that happen? That they're
Bobcat or
saying
whatever.
that it's
More than
a
you
thing?
think. More.
Yeah, I guess so.
It happened with this young kid that was missing for like 20 years, and they found like his skeleton,
Naked
and it was
Well, how
like,
the hell do you know his clothes weren't taken off by an animal, though? How do you know he took his clothes off?
well, like some gay animal. Like, hello,
Well, what leads them?
We got another one.
They find
drags
the
him down
remains.
into his lair.
They find the remains. It's of a skeleton with no clothes on, and they're like, he must have took his clothes off.
I'm saying that it's been known to happen, not specifically in this case. They're like first he strips.
I've never heard it.
I've never heard it either, and I watch a lot of ID channel, and I watch a lot
It
of
happened.
documentaries.
We talked about it on Overkill, and that I can't remember the name of it. It was in Russia, where like the that party that was hiking, they found like the tents all ripped up and stuff, and some of the guys had taken their clothes off.
That's one of the most bizarre stories ever told. So, like, taking their clothes off was like the least of the most alarming things that they did.
Do you see what I deal with week after week? I've never heard of it. Therefore,
Yeah, it's not real.
You never heard it either,
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Joe. You ever heard it?
I can't say that I have.
All right, well, I'm schooling you.
But I'm not saying. But I am not saying that I don't believe him.
Right. Oh, yeah. You're a guest. Give it a couple weeks. You'll join in with
Does
me,
it
too.
make sense to crawl into a crevice? So they're not like out of their minds. They're like, well, maybe if I get
No,
somewhere,
I'd like to get out of sight of an animal that's going to attack me,
get
or
out from under the elements.
right, you warm up, shelter up. Yeah, I could see that part of
And
it.
maybe when they die, their clothes fall off.
I don't know if their clothes come off post-mortem like you're saying. I think it just might be that. And I don't know if they're doing a sexy striptease like you're saying either.
Maybe for the out, you don't know.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, why people take off their clothes when they're literally freezing to death? The key that causes paradoxical undressing. Vasoconstriction occurs when the smooth muscles within the vasculature contract. This effort requires a steady input of energy in the form of glucose, blah, 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 blah.
So they feel like
the
the clothes
victim's
get
warm
too
blood
tight?
rushing from their core, coupled with the removal of warm clothing, causes their body temperature to fall even faster. This serves to hasten
shit.
death.
But
Why in the world would...
now that we know it, let's say we were facing that situation.
Is that why you're naked right now?
I mean, we can turn the heat up if you need, Walt. Somebody get it back to 76.
Walt's under the table.
As each
Wearing
degree,
nothing but a head microphone.
as each degree ticks up, a sock goes on.
Can we
Pants.
huddle while we pod? But now that we know it, let's say we were in that situation where God forbid that we were in an accident, we were stranded somewhere. Now that I know about this condition, would it stop me from taking my clothes off?
I don't
Or would I
think
still
so.
be like, even though that I know it,
right?
Yeah.
still gonna do
You
it
think,
anyway.
would you be aware enough to be like, I should probably keep this on? Probably keep my pants on in this situation.
Yeah, like since you're used to the cold or no, you're not used to the cold, so I'll be dressing you.
Yeah.
Like as you're taking your clothes off and
oh, wow, you were together on this?
yeah,
When
we're
go
going on. We went
missing?
on a short hike. When hypothermia sets in, a person will begin shivering. Most people have a movement problem, such as stumbling, slowing down, poor coordination.
I heard that.
disoriented,
People fall.
confused. If
Do you have hypothermia all the time, Q? It sounds like you're describing Q's bio right now.
It's on
I can
his
barely
IMDb.
keep my clothes on at all times as well.
And you
so
stumble
it's
about.
definitely-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
Look at this, ladies.
It's a last-ditch effort to survive terminal burrowing. Walt, that's what happened to that kid. Because they're trying to surround their bodies with
That I
to minimize
get,
heat
but
loss.
the clothes off is
That's
the
odd.
part that
It's an
works
odd step.
against you.
Yeah. It's paradoxical undressing. It's even more confounding. It describes many victims of extreme hypothermia peeling off their clothes. Yeah, they're saying that
Who's they? What website are you on right now?
this is livescience.com. Yeah, this is tellmstevedave.com.
It's like stripwhenyourcold.net.
YOLO selfies.
Or Yodo. You only die once.
When rewarming the body of a hypothermic person with the body of another person, first aid experts often recommend that both the victim and the rewarmer be naked or barely dressed. All right,
I've seen that.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I've seen that many times
Yeah.
in
They didn't get naked in
movies.
Star Wars.
Han Solo. He takes his stuff off and they
Took-
climb
they
into
put him
the
in a
tauntaun.
tauntaun.
Yeah, but they crawl in together
Before he put him in a
naked.
tauntaun, they both were nude. And
We're not. What movie
They
you
did.
doing?
Yeah. You didn't watch Star Wars? That's what happens. They cut open the tauntaun. They take out their lightsabers. It's a great battle.
no,
Didn't he rub his chest
Though.
and some stuff?
No, he just shoving the tauntaun.
You've seen on TV shows where, like, it's so cold, the only way we can survive is if we cuddle.
Yeah,
Usually they do it with you have to have skin on skin now.
that makes sense because the barrier between the body warmth you want gone.
Yes.
So I get it. I've used that line.
Let's be.
You've used that before?
No, I
You're like, I have hypothermia.
We might die in my apartment here tonight. I think you have hypothermia.
At the risk of ruining your childhood, you have to admit that Han Solo and Luke Skywalker definitely were.
Skin on skin.
Yeah.
There was definitely.
because he put him inside a hot tauntaun.
Yeah, but they got in together, didn't they?
How did Han Solo survive?
Han Solo survived too. He got
He
in.
was all right. No, because the next, you know what? Actually, now that you mention it, his clothes were not covered in blood from the tauntaun.
And it looked like his.
Oh, that's right.
It looked
Yeah.
like, remember when Han Solo waved
Yeah,
to
that's
the,
what
to
I
the
mean.
X-wing? It looked like his parka was on backwards.
You can see the label if you look close. It's a DVD extra.
On the Blu-ray. You couldn't pick that up.
It's like, it's an Easter egg.
Lucas forgot to digitalize that out.
I thought he restored it in the new version. He's like, I want people to know. It's been long enough. It was skin on skin, everyone.
I'm not afraid to say it anymore.
Joe, you don't like bullies, huh?
No.
No, I take offense because I'm a.
Because you're a bully?
I get paid to be a bully.
Okay.
Yeah, on my show, and then I see you going around doing good deeds and shit. And what is it? I'm curious. What is it about bullies that did you got bullied?
I got
as a
bullied
kid?
growing up, yeah, as a kid. Yeah.
Like from young until old, or like did it stop
From
at a
like
certain point?
7th grade to probably sophomore year of high school. 6th grade to sophomore year of high school, I'd say. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what stopped it?
I got funny.
Was that it?
Yeah. in sophomore year of high school, we went to an all-boy Catholic school, which I'm sure everybody knows. And
it's very cold in there.
Yeah, we called it the Tauntaun of Staten Island. And we would I would get picked on by some of the football players, and I picked out the biggest one. His name was Rocco Lorenzano. But,
Rocco picked on you?
He didn't pick on me. I picked him as one. He's a nice guy. I like him. We actually just ran into him, and he heard the story I told on Z100. He thought I was talking about him, which is, I should say he didn't. He was a good guy. But I would just get picked on, and so I decided to start bullying Rocco, and everybody jumped in on the joke. So I would make him like carry my books. I would knock his books out of his hands. I would tell him I'd kick his ass and stuff, and he would play into the part like, don't, and everybody thought it was funny. So it came like this weird, like, it flipped where it was like,
That's a good guy.
yeah, he is.
Especially that age, that'll go along with
And
that.
Rocco was big.
He was the biggest guy in school, yeah.
He was the biggest guy in school.
Yeah.
He was huge.
Yeah.
Right.
But he was a good guy. But like even in my, growing up in my neighborhood, I didn't have many friends. So I was the white kid in a black neighborhood growing up. I grew up in Mariners Harbor, which is like, predominantly, it was like right by the projects and stuff. And I kind of just removed myself from the neighborhood. When you get to an older age, nobody's playing in your backyard anymore. And it was like a bad element. So I didn't necessarily have friends, and it just compounded where I couldn't really make friends, and it made me a loner.
Black people want to be friends with you?
No, I have one black friend. Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. I had black friends, and outside of school, there was no black kids in our school besides Dexter Scott.
And Will.
Yeah, we had like literally 2 black kids in our school, but
the whole, not our class.
the school.
The school.
Yeah, yeah. And they came. Dexter came in as a transfer in junior year, right?
Yeah,
I don't
he
think we
came
had
in junior year.
before, so it was crazy. It wasn't. So I just growing up in the neighborhood, I was kind of like a loner and geeky, and it just compounded, and I was socially awkward.
Dexter was so afraid of white people. We all had lockers, but he had a duffel bag. And when I say duffel bag, I mean
Huge.
A fucking duffel bag. And he carried every single thing around with him. He never used his locker because he was afraid the white people would this is a direct quote.
Steal his stuff?
Would steal his
Steal
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah. So he would walk around with like a giant duffel bag through every class.
Yeah.
Huh. Did you bully him? That's what you bullied him.
No, he was all right. I guess he just had bad experiences in the other private school he came from.
Right.
There was an adjustment period though where I was a bully. I started bullying because my humor came out. I'm really quick witted, and you know what I mean. Like I could cut people down if I wanted to. And when I started being funny, I would start doing that, and then everybody would start laughing at the person, and I was like, "Oh, they're not laughing at me." And actually, I was like, "Look at this guy! Let's get him, punch him in the face." But I started doing that, and then I got called in by a couple of my friends, and my sister was actually like, "Hey, just so you know,
They had an intervention.
Yes, she did. My sister, actually, Carla, was like, "You're kind of being a dick. You know, you should watch that because that's like what you didn't like."
Spider-Man with great power.
Yeah, that's right. It actually is a phenomenon in the bullying community. They talk about it when they do all the education stuff. When you get empowered.
Paradoxical bullying.
Yeah, it is. That's what it is. You become, it's all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you know,
he recently got bullied.
I got bullied by some menacing 17-year-olds.
You gotta hear this story. It's
unbelievable.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was laughing for hours to this fucking story.
I thought you were going to say squirrel jokes, like on SpongeBob. Remember, SpongeBob starts getting laughs by going after Sandy, and he's like, "Why are squirrels so dumb?" It's amazing. So you got bullied by some.
Yeah.
Now Walt's interested because he's been menaced by teens himself.
Have you?
I mean, they were females.
Oh wow!
Which I think is even more difficult because you don't want to.
Right, you can't punch him if it comes down to it.
Well, no, obviously not. But it's also difficult to
disagree.
To go at it with a female because then you even look more like a jerk. You're going to know you can't win no matter what you do.
That's true.
That's true.
Who
really got in a good one? Like ultimately, Walt's experience was that he was you needed napkins in a hurry.
The daughter was in the car. Her nose is bleeding.
So you needed napkins in a hurry.
And I needed napkins in a hurry, and I didn't know what to do. So I ran from the parking lot into like this restaurant. And as I came out of the restaurant, I'm running. And like 4 or 5 girls start going, "Run, Forrest, run, retard." And I turn around and I go, "Are you talking to me?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're talking to you."
They didn't even fucking deny it.
They didn't even blink.
And I was like, I couldn't believe it that they were telling me. I was dumbfounded. And I said, if there's a God, I said, if there's a God, with any luck, that in about 15 years you'll all be hooked on painkillers and in loveless marriages. And I walked away, and they're like, "What did he say? Did he say?" So they thought I said something more
racy,
sexual.
Yeah.
Because I said loveless, and I don't think they understood what the connotation of what I said was.
They'll know it about.
I like how to insult them.
years.
He described like half of one of his best friends.
But when I said it, I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the dark as to why you were so fucked up. Why you were so unreliable.
And why I was so offended when I heard the story. I was like,
I love that you stopped worrying about your daughter who was bleeding in the car to stop and get a zinger in.
Come on, baby.
Right? He was like, he rushed in, he rushed out, and then he's like, hold up, I gotta get this zinger in.
Running when people
But also it was Christmas season.
Okay.
And there were shoppers around, so they saw me getting dressed down like that. So I didn't know what I didn't.
Oh,
feel
you had
like,
to cover your street cred.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm only like 5 minutes from my house, so I couldn't see around town.
and if you hadn't gone back, it would have been like they may as well just start yelling like plug it up and use the for your puss, because you got to say something.
Yeah.
So you confronted your bullies, Joe. How'd this work out for you?
Well, mine, it was kind of,
This was like 2 weeks ago. We were on
tour, and we were in Birmingham, Alabama, and we're in this shit mall. And, I have a phobia of malls in the South just because of all the shit that always happens in them, you know? So I was kind of on high alert, and I was with Jiggy, who was our opener.
Can I get what happens to them? That
You know, they get shot up all the time. Read the news. So we, all the time, there's just people with guns in the South, in malls. So me and Jiggy are walking around, and Jiggy is tiny. He's like,
he's our opening act.
He's not a guy you want for backup. So I'm walking, and I'm not kidding when I say 19 out of 20 people recognize me. Like where I'm walking around, people are like, Joe, and I'm just like, hey, you know, and the people taking pictures and stuff. And it's like bang, they're shooting the guns in the air. So I turn and I look, and there's these 3 17-year-old boys hanging out on the railing, and they're all looking at me, and one kid looks at me like he recognizes me. So at this point, I'm riding the high of being recognized by everybody. So I just turn to him and I go, oh, what's up, fuckface? And the kid pops up off the rail. He goes, what'd you say to me? And he walks up to me, and I said, what's up, fuckface? Like thinking he didn't hear what I said to him. And he goes, what are you saying that to me for? What's your problem? I said, oh. And then this was my retort. I was like, "Oh,
do you have cable TV?"
I said, "You don't know me. I'm on television." And he goes, "What?" He's like, "I don't care." I said, "I'm on a TV show on Practical Jokers. I'm sure you saw me saying hello to all these people." I said, "It's a line from the show." I said, so I just said, "What's up, fuckface?" And I said to him again. So now he's got like his fist clenched, and him and his boys are there, and I got Jiggy next to me who like started taking baby steps backwards. The kid's in like a camo like hoodie, and I was like,
very menacing.
And he was very menacing. And I was like, I said, I apologize. I said, I'm sorry. I thought you knew the show. And he said, man, you know, he's fucking you. And he walks away. So now me and Jiggy just continue to shop. They decide to circle back and start following us. Right. So now I'm like, shit's going to go down here at the foot action. So I come out and the guy goes, what's the name of the TV show you're on? They had seen me just take another picture. I said, it's called Impractical Jokers. And the main kid, we'll call him Thug Number 1, was standing there with the long hair and he's looking at me. I said, and I just walked up right in his face. I said, dude, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I'll apologize. I'm man enough to say I was wrong. And I put my hand out and I said, I apologize that you didn't know my show. I shouldn't have called you fuckface, but I did. So this is where we're at. And he just stood there like mean mugging me, and then he just shook my hand. He goes, oh, and he goes, all right, whatever. And I said, I'm Joe. What's your name? He goes, I ain't telling you. And he walks away. So now me and Jiggy are still walking around. Yeah. So we start walking around, and then I see them leave the mall. And then they come back in, and that's where I'm like, oh, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama. They just went to get arms.
Right. You were able to see them.
Well, they kept following me.
Oh, okay.
So then they walked out a side exit, and then they came back in. And if anybody knows how these stories, they always go to the car before shit goes down. Right. So I'm like, I said, this isn't worth it. There wasn't good deals. I didn't like the stores. I was like, it's not worth getting shot over this. So I was just like, let's just go. And I left.
Well, when they call you old man, at one point they called you old man.
When he was walking away, when I said, what's your name? He said, I ain't telling you, old man. And he walked away. Oh. And I was like, oh, all right. And I was like, he old manned me.
Aren't you like 40?
Oh, yeah, I'm 40, yeah. But the kid, I'm 23 years older than this kid.
I'm trying to think like when I'm 17. Like
16, 17.
If I'm going to call someone an old man.
So we get into the car to go to the theater, and he starts telling the story, and Joe's telling the story like the kids are assholes. And I was like, would you look at it from their fucking point of view for 1 second?
I wouldn't say I was saying it like they were assholes.
You would
I was
like, these fucking hicks. These fucking hicks in the middle of nowhere.
Couple words in the mouth there. Maybe the tone was right, but I definitely didn't say these fucking hicks.
I was like, think of it from their point of view. Like, you're just some dude walking through the mall, and you're like, "What's up, fuckface?" Like,
And not even aggressively.
no, it was more of a friendly. And then they couldn't get over the fact that I repeated it to him right in his face.
Clarification. He's like, "Wait a minute," and then you're just looking at him like, "What's up?" I said, "What's up, fuckface?"
And the reason it's cool is because I'm on TV.
Yeah. I mean, I listed all the bullet points from the top, but I love that my second delivery of it was just I said, "What's up, fuckface?" Like friendly, and then he goes, "What'd you say to me?" And then it was just a very like tender. I said, "What's up, fuckface?" Like I kind of brought it to like a heart to heart.
Right. You know how many people would kill for the opportunity for me to personally say, "What's a fuckface" to them the way I'm saying it to you right now?
I have thousands of followers on Instagram. Like I brought up my Twitter. I'm like, "Look, I'm verified. Don't shoot me."
Do you think, is that the discussion on the way back to the car? Like, I told you we should have brought in the goddamn assault rifle, but no, leave them in the car. There ain't going to be nobody to shoot.
If I had my gun, I could have shot him right there.
No, I like to think that his feelings were hurt. Like, this is what my point was.
Oh, he was going to go home?
Like, he was, like, I was like, you ruined his shopping fucking experience, man.
Right.
Yeah, but in my defense, these kids were just up looking for trouble. They were just
But you don't know that.
Well, they had camouflage hoodies on and they were hanging on the
shopping bags?
rail. They weren't shopping.
There's no shopping bags.
There was no shopping bags.
They're loitering.
That's exactly
They're
right.
doing what kids do in
They
the
were
mall.
soliciting.
There's no way they're the bad guys here, was my point. Like,
No, I'm not saying they were bad. I'm just saying that,
They were wrong.
they were a bunch of little fuckfaces, and they need to be told.
Oh, you want to go back on record? You rescinded it, and now you're putting it back out.
No,
there.
it was definitely an odd experience because I do that up here in New York. It's like high five and
Right.
stuff, but I don't know if the word fuckface is even used that much in Alabama because they were kind of confused by the term. Too.
well, what does it mean? Fuckface. Like, what does
I don't know.
it? What does it track?
I guess maybe that was part of the thing he was trying to get. Like, what does that even mean?
Fuckface.
I bet you that kid has never been called a fuckface until that point in his life.
I like to think he's at school calling people fuckface.
I
Like,
hope
you
so.
started the spread.
He started bullying kids in school with fuckface.
I'm surprised they didn't immediately get on their phones, like look you up, like
Yeah.
look the show up, just to be like, oh wow, it is him,
Yeah.
and then immediately forgive it.
They
What's
had to believe him when you're taking pictures.
Well, no, that was the thing too. I got some street cred like you around.
Probably saved your life.
I probably did. Yeah.
Did you take any pictures when the girls were taunting you? Or
No.
That would've helped a lot.
At the time, I don't think. I think I would have changed a lot too if they recognized me. I think they would apologize to me.
Yeah.
oh, you think?
Yeah, they would have been, and they probably wanted a picture with me.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
And then
Like,
you said
Forrest,
at
come
that
here.
point-
You want to get a picture?
Run
with
over
you?
here for a second. Smile.
Make sure his stupid face isn't
Your
focused.
daughter's bleeding out 3 parking places away.
Honey, I'm sorry. The focus is off.
When I watch your show, and I do, I watch every episode. You never will do anything if it involves your wife. Like if they want you to say something about her or like involve her in any way.
Yeah.
Is that
Self-preservation.
Are you? Is it? You're, like because for me, like the joke would be that's what's most important, and I wouldn't give a fuck about anybody who got in my way. So is it respectful, or you're just like I just don't want to?
I think it's a mixture of both. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of respect. I watch a show with her too, so she doesn't even necessarily like it.
She's like drinking wine with narrow, like slitted eyes, just looking at you.
Isn't it weird that he can't wrap his head around that? Right? Isn't that he can't wrap his head around that. He's like, I'm exactly the same way. There's not a chance that I would make a joke at the expense of my wife. It's insane to think that he's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
At the expense of a joke that someone's going to forget in a millisecond.
This is as mysterious to me as like getting naked in the cold.
Yeah, that's it. She's got a good sense of humor, and of course she knows it's a show. Like she knows I'm not just doing it for doing it, but it's also just a lot of it just doesn't feel right. Like one of the worst ones, and I don't know why it struck a chord with me, but it was one of the first times when we were doing, we were hot dog vendors, and, Murr said, you know what I call my wife on a cold day, pig in a blanket. And it just like hit me. Like when he said it, I was like, this fucking douchebag just called my wife a pig in a blanket. And I was like, wait, no, he didn't. And then I was like, oh, I can't say that. And then it just trickled on from there. But
Or that the joke occurs to him. Right?
yes,
That's what I would think later on.
Yeah. You thought to say that.
You thought to say that. So what are you thinking?
No, I think it's probably just a little bit. It's also like, yeah, it's probably more respect than just the whole thing. Because my parents were very happily married. My father was very loving. Like I model my marriage around that, even though it probably isn't as good as
you understand now, Walt? Why I don't give a fuck?
So I think there's part of that too. It's a couple things.
Yeah.
And then everybody needs some kryptonite, And there was one time, like, I got a lot of hell for doing something. We said something, and I just got like a backlash of like people. It's like, you're married. Couldn't believe it. I forgot what it was.
When you took your ring off?
That was it.
That was fucking sad.
That was great. That was funny. Like that I'll do, and then that she got. But sometimes like people don't get it. That is the show. But like we were at
was it in the Hooters restaurant, right? Did you take the ring off?
Yes. And in the speed dating.
It was the speed dating. You guys made me keep hitting on the woman while I was clanking my finger against my ring against it. That was it. It was that. And people were like, you shouldn't. And people were like, oh, you should be faithful to her. I'm like, I am faithful. This is a camera show.
Do you not understand?
Yeah, they didn't get it.
The very thrust of the show.
But she's completely supportive. I could do anything. She wouldn't care. But it's just, I think it's a little bit more me than her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't.
No, she's definitely has a good sense of humor because we use her against him on the show.
Yeah.
Like we brought her physically in.
Yeah.
She let you in the house too when you guys did.
And let us in the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
The birthday thing?
When they wrapped my house. Yeah.
How long did that take?
Well, me, it took no time at all. The crew, it took a long time. Yeah. It took hours.
It was fucked up how every little thing.
I still have on my chandelier. On my chandelier, I still have wrapping paper, and I left it on purpose. Really? As a little reminder.
That was great.
Every time I have dinner, yeah. It took him 3.5 hours to undo.
Would you, like, you look at Joe and you think, like, does he come off as the nicest one? Or Sal? Definitely not you, Q. You seem to
I don't understand this.
Hey, man. I like it. you're more go for the jugular.
As the guy that you are just like, I want him to be my friend. That's that. I don't know. Like, there's a.
But I am your friend. Like, we doesn't want you. Been friends for 20 years. But he wants Joe to be his friend.
He's slowly working his way. In 20 years in, he's like, I've got 2 handshakes.
2 handshakes. My hands will be warmer next time.
Yeah, we can swap bullying stories.
I'm talking about as a man, like a man watching a show, like you're sitting around with your buddies. Like you watch that show, I think he
he's most
stands
relatable.
out more as a guy. Like, oh, that's a good dude. I would like to be friends with that dude. Mm-hmm. You have more of a cynical. You're a little bit harder to read.
You're the guy that I'm like, I want to be friends with that dude.
Yeah. I have a demo. Specific
You're a demographic grabber.
I know, for Christ's sake, man. Isn't every single one of the female audience it's all. I mean, you gotta have it all. You gotta have the guys who want him and the girls.
It's him and Sal. Yeah, it's him and Sal. Definitely, hands down. I mean, he's a sex pot. What are you going to do about it?
What are you going to do?
He's got the locks. Those puppy dog eyes. He used to be jacked. Now he's got the right amount of fat that he's attainable. I mean, it's everything. He's got it all going for him. Yeah, you look at everybody else. Sal's just that cuddly. We call him the sexy marshmallow.
Yeah, Sal seems like. But the weird thing about, like, you and Sal definitely come off as the nicest ones. Sal, like, you come off, though, as if, like, what I like about you is it seems like there's nothing aside from the wife thing. Like, you almost, like, embrace, like, you want them to say something fucked up just so you can do it. Whereas it seems like you'll do almost anything.
I will. I mean,
that's what I like. Like no shame, I guess, is what I'm trying
I'm not
to
afraid
say.
I'm not afraid to make myself look like an ass and make them laugh, and that's always been our relationship as friends. Like even if you go back before any of this, like us in an elevator, that would be the favorite time to like.
We went out for my birthday. I forget which one. The show wasn't even on the air yet. We went to go see a movie. The entire I had to sit away from him. He was making me laugh. Yeah. He's fucking going on. I'm like, I can't even sit next to this fucking guy anymore. He's always been like that. But Joe there's a behind the scenes thing about the show is like. If we want to get out of there early, we make Joe go last because he will be done the first turn he's done. The rest of us, like, Murray takes fucking, he'll be out there for, this is an exaggeration, hour and a half. And everybody's like, starts getting frustrated. The crew is like, what the fuck, man? Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Sal after that is next. Then I come in pretty good. I think my average thing is like 20 minutes, but then he's out there.
Yeah.
We put him last. He gets out. He's fucking done it. He plows fucking through it, and then we're out of there.
Yeah.
So we put him
Me
last.
and you definitely far and away.
Yeah. The crew likes it when when Joe and I go because we're done the fastest. But he's, fucking record time, man.
Yeah.
sometimes done in 5 minutes.
Well, it depends on like if you guys give me something that you think is I'm going to do funny, and you guys are excited for me to do it, and also like when I go last, it's good because I normally make a big scene, so I can't really go first because then the whole place is ruined, you know. But if I'm last too, it's always like, hey, just like start this pillow fight in IKEA, or you know,
and that's all you got to give him.
Yeah,
and then it's like a hysterical fucking thing that he gets done. It's great.
No, it's funny how people say that though, because if we look across the board, I think Q is probably, I would say he's one of our nicest.
Yeah?
I would.
Yeah, I'm a fucking nice guy, dude.
He is a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, I think you're nice.
How dare you?
But I think Walt's right. I mean, definitely. First season is like if you go back and watch first season.
Yeah.
Well, he was still finding his footing. You know, unfair advantage definitely for me across the board was this is how I make people laugh. This show is the perfect platform for me because this is my comedy. This is what I do to make people laugh. So I fit in it very well. I was also the first one to quit my job. I was all in. I was trying to make it work. You know what I mean?
Well, the first 2 seasons too, I was just embarrassed that I was on a TV show.
Yeah.
Like I definitely didn't embrace it. I was like, this is dumb. There's that thing where, you know, you tear it apart first.
Right.
Before anybody else fucking gets to it. So I had that hanging over me the whole first 2 seasons.
And I was like, dude, I quit my job for this. Please make it work.
We made it work.
Yeah, you were selling high-end baby furniture.
High-end baby furniture, yeah. Sales. That's my thing.
Were the clients hard to deal with, or were they all right? Because anybody who's like, I need the tip-top, like, stroller.
Yeah, there was definitely a type down in Soho, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Oh, it was in Soho, so it was like a lot of hipsters and shit and stuff.
It was before, actually, a lot of that was down there. It was definitely like, it was like more Upper East Side, which is Upper East Side now, like high-end, family, like, that's where a lot of people were there. And we were the only store like it. So I got everybody in the city that wanted high-end stuff that came down there.
Did you get abused?
No.
Yeah?
No.
Bullied again.
No. Well, there's these menacing teenagers once that came in once.
Some kids in camo.
No,
like, we need a baby crib, son.
I'm like, can I take, you take this to go fuck me? But no, there's definitely, I actually took to it really well just because I like sales and just dealing with people. But I took to it really well because people couldn't believe I didn't have kids. At that point, when I started, I didn't have even a girlfriend, and I didn't have kids or anything. And I was just like, people were always like, "Oh, how old are your kids?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have any." And that would just wow people. I knew so much shit for no reason.
And you wouldn't like, you wouldn't say shit like, "Well, you know, he was 6 until."
That's how I closed the sale on that big duck crib. I was like, "Yeah, my son would have loved this." How many can I get you for?
Yeah. You could have guilted him into it, man.
I definitely had some tactics where that baby was always the cutest one.
Yeah.
And there was some fucked up ones that came in. I made the mistake a bunch of times asking people when they would do like once or twice before I learned not to. They're like, I'm shopping for my sister. No, they're shopping for my sister. Like I had that once. I was like, oh, you thinking about setting up a registry? She's like, yeah, I'm shopping for my sister. And I was like, sorry about that.
I mean, you're so fuckable. You're going to get
gotta be knocked up.
Really
Yeah. That's the word, right? Fuckable?
Right, fuckface?
What's the word? I'm like, fuckface. Yeah.
What if the store closes and you go into high-end baby furniture? You think you got it in you?
I don't think I'm a people person enough to sell on that level.
I can barely deal with the comics.
Sell to eat is a different beast than sell to, like, you know, when people come in and you just ring them up and you don't have to like do a
make eye contact.
Yeah. I want one of those things that they have at the bodegas where they come down and you can just put the money through like a slit.
Right. We're afraid we're going to get robbed.
I mean, you know, it's got a scam. Nordstrom. I worked at Nordstrom for a year and a little bit. They pay you $0. It's 100% commission. So if you don't sell anything, you don't get paid. You're basically working there for nothing.
Really? So you
no hourly. Yeah, I worked
Charlie.
Was that in LA? That was the one I came visit you in LA.
Yeah, I worked in LA.
But I mean, the furniture is so expensive.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh, that was Buttercup. That was Buttercup. Nordstrom was the place where I sold jeans. You met visiting in the Grove.
If
you don't get paid hourly, how do they schedule you?
They give you shifts. So
so is there like more? Is there a lot of competition for those
100%
prime shifts?
100%.
Joe's on the graveyard shift.
Like, come on.
You should get him on a commission alone.
I think he.
Walt would be the one not eating that.
I think he would be the wrong person to do it to because I don't think he knows how to approach strangers.
Like not from behind and quickly, but
just put a shrub in the middle of the store. He'll be fine.
They'll just take pictures all day. He won't even make a sale.
It's absolutely. He has no like game in terms of like
life,
anything.
Get him you've heard the name Get him.
I've heard him, yeah.
But you haven't met him yet. He's something special. He's going to be there Thursday.
Okay, great.
So you can meet him then. The live. Oh, are we releasing this on Friday?
Thursday or Friday.
Because if we do it Friday, then we could talk about the event without worrying about ruining anything.
I mean, then we'll put it.
If you even give a shit about talking about the event, I don't know.
No, sure, we can.
So we could say anything we want about Thursday.
It's not that interesting.
We got your boy Fatone coming in.
Yeah.
That I'm happy about.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason I'm going.
Really?
Seems like the guy I could be friends with.
Yeah. Oh my God, they were inseparable on the cruise.
Right, yeah.
And then,
Yeah, he was awesome.
and then they hung out at a con another time. He's great, man. He's a fucking great guy.
Yeah, he rips up the cons. He's like at all of them. He just posted some pictures. He was in Delaware or some shit.
Yeah, he goes to
met
the.
the,
I didn't know that he was on the con circuit, but he apparently
He met all the, what do you call kids? The Stranger Things kids. He posted a picture with them. I'm jealous. Those are some kids I want to hang out with.
What?
The Stranger Things. Did you see that? Did you watch it on Netflix?
Yeah, the con I was just at, the girl who played Deb was there with the friend who disappeared
the
by
one
the
everybody
pool.
loves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was nice. She was a cool chick. I actually liked going to the con this time. If every con was like this LA con, it would be all right.
Why?
Mostly, in fact, 99% Rick and Morty panel.
Right. Brian moderated the Rick and Morty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. First, we were supposed. You guys you're in TV. You know how to command an audience. I had a line I was going to open with. I decided not to. Because first, it was supposed to be Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson canceled his panel because
you were supposed to moderate.
Supposed to moderate a Mike Tyson panel.
Okay.
And he couldn't do it because he had to. He was just getting in that day, and he said he wanted to shower, and then he was going to pray, so he didn't have time for a panel.
Pray.
All
right. My friend just moved into a new neighborhood in my buddy Kim moved into a new neighborhood in Vegas, and she did a search because she has a kid of a sex offender, and he's on it.
He's on it.
He lives within 3 miles of her, and she sent me a screen cap of the picture.
Amazing.
And it's all these crazy looking grim fucking perverts, and then just Mike Tyson with a big old fucking smile on his face. It's unbelievable.
Oh my God. But my line was going to be, since that got canceled, and then we did Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland. Right. I was going to explain it and be like, we were supposed to do Tyson, and that's who I have the material for. So by either chance, are either you guys boxers or rapists?
You don't want to hear Mike Tyson hearing that joke coming out of your mouth, bro.
I wasn't really afraid of him as much as
you should be.
No, I didn't care about that. I just I'm like, that's going to set the tone for the entire panel.
Right. They would have rolled with it.
I think they would have, but then I looked out, there's kids there.
Yeah.
And they're all like, yeah, Rick and Morty. Yeah. So, yeah, in a moment of
I think it was the right
editorial.
But Rick and Morty has lots of rape jokes.
I know, but they allude to it.
I don't know, man. That fucking Mr. Bean threw him in the toilet, put his head in the toilet.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, if you're watching Rick and Morty, you got a good name. I agree you probably made the right move.
I did, right? Well, I shouldn't have said that.
I'm surprised that you had the
presence of mind.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you had the filter on, that you wouldn't just go for it.
You know why? Because I thought of it beforehand.
If you thought of it in the moment.
If I thought of it in the moment, it's highly likely I would have said it.
So you overthought it.
Yeah.
Like, should I say it? Should I say it? I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm not
right.
going to say it. I'm going to
Is that Mike Tyson? I'm not going to say it. Oh, wait, no, it's not. All right, I'm going to say it.
Oh, that's not Mike Tyson. He's got a tattoo on his face, right? All right, that's not Mike Tyson.
All right, fuck it, I'm going to say it. You're all rapists. Oh, fuck, that's not what I meant to say. Yeah, Rick and Morty was, even though it was a half hour, it was really fun.
Justin's one of the best humans. I fucking love that guy so much.
We did it.
Really?
Tour of the studio.
I love
you wouldn't know it,
right? What makes him one of the best humans, though?
He's like, there are certain people that I've met in my life that, and Doug Stanhope's another one, where you're like, there aren't a lot of people like this. Mm-hmm. Like the way their mind works, the way they express themselves, the way they act, and on top of that, they're like a decent human being. That they're rare creatures.
He's
he's
like an eccentric child almost.
Yes. Right, but a genius. He's like a legit genius.
Oh, yeah.
I would actually say, and I would say this if you weren't here, but I'd say Joe's on that spectrum as well.
Are you just saying
people,
me?
No, I say a lot of nice things about you when you're not here. Sal,
you never say when I'm around.
Well, fuck you. Sal, we make fun of a lot. Murray, we just don't mention.
Best not to.
Yeah, best not to. But yeah, there are people like that where you're like, it's to know them is to know someone that is in a a lot of people, and I think Justin's like that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, he's just
I've never met anybody like him. He's one of those people I would say that when you meet them, you're like, I've never met anybody.
And
like
he's
him.
kind, and he's nice. Like he's just like a good guy.
You know who else I would say that about? Actually, Pete McPartland.
Pete McParland.
Our showrunner is in our way. He's like a perfect human being.
You can't rattle him.
You can't.
We've tried.
And we've tried so bad. Like, and all the shit that happens on our show, I can't believe he's able to keep it together. Like, we'll literally be like, hey, he's like showing us the schedule. Like, hey, yeah, we're going to go to Vegas for 2 weeks. And he's like, oh, okay.
He's like, all right, we'll figure it out.
He's one of those.
He's a really good guy. We got lucky with him.
Yeah, our crew got caught in Vegas. Remember that? We went to Vegas and we took our whole crew to shoot in Vegas, his punishment. And the huge snowstorm happened here, and the whole crew, 40 people, got caught there for 3 extra days.
3 extra nights.
3 extra nights. So this our whole crew.
And that crew is like, I mean, if you think of like the fucking background extras on Oz. Yeah. Like that's our crew. You know what I mean? Like we got the scruffiest fucking crew in all the land. Great. All great at what they do and much better looking than me.
Yeah.
Like they're great. But they're half of them are high half the time, half of them are drunk. Like
so after the first night, they didn't have enough vision to say, oh, we're going to be here 3 nights. So the first night they just went ham, as the kids say.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh shit, we're going to be here 2 more days. Like everybody like ran out of money, ran out of clothes. And it was just like stuck there. They couldn't eat. It was crazy.
It was cold.
Yeah. They all started cuddling each other. They clothes off.
Skin on skin. Come on.
That's crazy.
So like everybody who's high, who's drunk, who's running around, who just got arrested, and McFarland's just in the middle of it like, all right, we'll figure it all out.
Trying to hold it was like a field trip gone wrong.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? Oh, LA Con, yeah. And then people I hadn't seen in a while were there. Oh, we went on a tour of the Rick and Morty studios.
That place is great.
It was cool.
That's the second floor. They have the whole floor. Yeah, that thing's great.
Yeah, it's like you just go in a circle and
Did you see the virtual reality room?
No, somebody was in it. I think Justin was in it, actually. He came out later on, but I think he was doing something in there. But it's like that kind of place where I'll see if you would allow get them this. Like they're in a room, they're doing like background coloring or whatever it is for the show. And there's a guy dressed in like full wizard. Like robe and hat with stars and half moons, crescent moons and shit.
Unrelated to his job, just because he wants to stand out. Just because he's.
I didn't ask him. I wasn't like, hey,
what's your deal?
Yeah. I'm on TV. I can say that anyway.
Maybe you don't watch TV.
Haven't seen my show. All right, so let me explain myself.
Look, people taking pictures with me.
Where are you going? Out to your car?
Gotta go by.
Yeah, I believe to stand out. Although maybe like I never played Dungeons and Dragons, but I understand they're the dorkiest of dorks.
I played. What are you talking about?
Did you? Did you ever dress as a wizard? Well, you know what? You were like on like Freaks and Geeks. You were like the James Franco of the group.
Yeah,
right?
I never watched Freaks and Geeks.
So okay, well, it was James Franco and then a bunch of dorks.
Yeah.
I had no point in my life was I ever as cool as James Franco ever.
I think visually is what he's speaking.
I was a New York City fireman with my own TV show.
Yes,
and I still wasn't as cool as fucking James Franco.
So get him dressing in wizard outfit. He looks like Cookie Jarvis. Is that allowed?
You encourage? He wears fucking cargo shorts and 2 degrees.
I was gonna say you encourage the cowboy hat.
I like the
and
cowboy
no teeth.
hat. I like the cowboy hat and the no teeth. It just sends. It almost feels like we're in Mayberry. It feels like.
Right, or whatever town Maxwell lives in.
And just like that. I wish like that. Every store you walked in on Broad Street was like that.
I had a toothless cretean wearing a cowboy hat,
and he says howdy. Doesn't say hello.
But, I mean, if he wanted to, I mean, who am I to? I think I'd be out of line if I was like, you can't wear your wizard robe.
You can't shame him.
Who might have shut down a Gandalf?
Yeah. So yeah, there was that guy.
It was becoming a distraction though, and he was like really focused on it. Like I don't know, like more focused on his robe than his work.
Well, that's the situation. Yeah, we're gonna step on his
grooming and
but as
lint
long
rolling
as he
his
was
robe.
doing everything that I was.
I can't help you right now. I'm primming myself,
sewing stars on my hat. I'm sorry.
As long as he was doing whatever.
I'll be preening after that.
I think I would be. I think I'd be very supportive of his outfit.
Yeah,
I used to dress as a ninja and run around my neighborhood at night.
Yeah.
And
you got bullied?
Hard to believe, folks. Yeah,
I thought you meant you were trying to fit in that black neighborhood. No one would notice.
No, at night I used to go around like a vigilante.
You would pretend you're a vigilante, or
I
would
pretend
you
I was a vigilante. Yeah.
Would you do that? Did you?
I would trespass mainly. That was
You were the crime.
That was a crime. Me and one of my best friends, Jason, we would run around and just.
You would read the local newspaper. It's all about trespassing. You're like, why can't we get these guys? We're out there every day.
They're so elusive. It's like they know we're coming.
It's like they're ninjas or something.
We were right there last night.
Rick and Morty was cool. Saw DMC. Talked to him for a while.
He is dope.
Tommy Walker, remember Sweet Fix? Remember that band we went to see at That Hot Girlfriend? We went to see him and Sebastian Bach.
Oh, in the bass, in BB King's.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's now in Daredevil. He plays a role in Daredevil. He's now an actor. So a guy comes up. Oh, this is what I meant to say. That we're gonna need to be regulated by the fucking FDA soon. We
FDA
are helping
the
so many
food,
depressed
drug,
people.
And what's it?
Food Drug Administration.
Yeah.
Why would we?
Because we help so many depressed people. It's like Prozac, Paxil, Wellbutrin, and us. We got to be one of the top 4. So many people come up and say they're like, "Hey, I got a really hard time." Like one guy is like, "My friend died." And he's like welling up as he's telling me.
Oh, okay.
Listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave made me feel better.
The Food and Drug Administration will be like, you're listening to too much Tell 'em Steve Dave, or not enough?
Well, I mean,
it's a drug that's helping them.
Well, first they'll say not enough, and then everyone will get addicted, and then the government will blame them, the listeners.
So you're helping them with their psyche.
Yeah.
It's always such an odd interaction. We get that too. They come up, they're like, "My son died of cancer," and that's like their first words out of their mouth. It's
right.
"Hello, I'm Joe."
Hello, fuckface.
Oh, that's all right, fuckface. Come on, you have another one.
Evidently, a lot of people. Which I don't know. I guess that's what feeling good feels like.
I started to reach out and help people physically, not just mentally.
Really?
Yes.
Go on.
I was at the mall. I didn't go in, but I wasn't worried because it was going to get shut up. I just didn't want to go into the mall. It was too crowded, and my wife and daughter went in.
You don't worry about that
shopping,
up in the north.
And I said, I'm going to sit out we're underneath a parking garage because it was raining. And they didn't want to get wet, so I parked in the parking garage. And I said, "I'm going to see if I can fall asleep while you're in there." I said, "I'm tired. I'll just sleep."
It's so cold.
So he turned on the air conditioner. He turned the air conditioner on, took all his clothes off, and tucked in for a nice nap. The cops come over.
10 minutes later.
So what are you doing sleeping out here naked in your car with the air conditioner blasted?
It's natural, goddammit. Don't you read?
I got out and ran away from the cops, and these 3 girls were like, "Hey, run, Forrest!"
He's paradoxically burrowing in the trunk of his car.
And so I'm trying to fall asleep, but as I'm falling asleep, he keeps texting me dyslexia clues.
Get him does?
So I
that is one divisive game, in case you haven't noticed.
And I turn my phone up. As I turn my phone up, I see an old man, really old man, walking and moving his arms very over dramatically, like waving his arms around. And I was like, I wonder what that guy's doing. But so I said I didn't really think about it, so I tried to fall asleep. Another text came in. I picked my head up and I see this old guy again.
Oh, he was falling.
He wasn't falling. He was still walking around, very animated. And it's like, oh, I bet you this old man is lost, or he's having some problems. Maybe he's dealing with some sort of dementia, I thought. And so I got out of my car and I was going to go over and ask him if he needed any help. But then I saw an old lady come towards him.
Surely they know each other.
Old lady. They're together, and I'm like, all right, I'm not going to intrude. Definitely, they're together. So I don't know what they're doing. So again, I got back in my car, and I'm waiting on them. And I picked the seat up again I see them again walking around, and I can't be like,
holy shit, I think they're zombies.
And they are so old. They were so tiny and old, like just a cute little old couple. And I said, hey, I don't want me to be intrusive or anything, but you guys all right?
Oh God, no!
Are you guys okay? And the guy is so angry. He's so annoyed at his wife. He's like, she parked the car. We don't know where the hell we're at.
Oh,
and
really?
I was like, all right. I said, I said, and I see them walking around, and I said, do you want me to drive around? I go, I don't want to.
Well, we listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave.
I don't want to freak you out and say, get in my car or anything, but Because I know that's
Get
weird.
my car.
Get my goddamn car.
But get in the car.
But if you tell me your license plate, I said, I'll drive around and I'll look for your car.
They're like, they can't remember where the fuck their car is, and they know their license plate
Well,
number?
that's what they said. We don't remember what the
They're like, what are you,
license plate
fucking,
was.
what are you, an idiot?
And I said, well, what's...
We're going to have this idiot help us.
Holy shit, let's help him.
Do you need some help, young man?
Well, that's coming.
Also, wear your pants.
What's the license plate that would have made you stop helping them immediately? It's like Kill All Blacks 4 or something like that. Like, what is the one?
I don't think there's any license plate. I felt bad.
It looks like the General Lee.
I like that you put a 4 on it, like there's 3 other Kill All Blacks license plates.
Yeah, it's right. Well, this is Jersey, Joe. That shit's everywhere.
It's like BLX because there weren't enough characters.
So they tell me it's a Chevy, a gold Chevy, and they go, just look for the Chevy symbol. And I'm like, I'm not good with cars.
Yeah.
I don't even know what a Chevy looks like. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll look for a gold
Am I driving
car.
a Chevy? Yeah, gold's kind of.
So I get in my gold Chevy and I start driving around.
So I said, I'll drive around and look for it. I figured that they must have just missed it, unless they're in the wrong spot. So I'm driving around. My wife texts me, and so I have to go pick her up at the door. I said, we got to help.
Like, look out, there's reports of a naked man driving around harassing old people.
I go, I'm trying to help this old couple. I said, they're looking for their car. I said, I don't, unless they even found it. I said, they may have found it by now, and I don't need to help them anymore. So they get in the car. I said, I'm just going to drive around the corner. I said, to see if they're still there, and sure enough, they're still there. So then I said, like, I don't think your car is here.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know if your car is here. I said, I don't want to scare you. I said, but I hope it didn't get stolen, or it's most likely it's probably parked in another spot. I said, and the husband comes around and says it's the license plate he thinks is 944. Mm-hmm. So I said, all right, I'll drive around. I go, and they can see now I have a kid in the car, so they're probably a lot less worried that I'm some fucking creep or something.
Mm-hmm. Or you just stole this child.
So I drove.
He has so little to do.
We drove around the mall. It took us about 45 minutes, but I found the fucking car. I drove around and I put them in my car. I drove them around to where their car was. But they definitely were so fucking terrified, even still getting in the car. But they were like, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. And I was like, I swear to God, where you parked it looks exactly like where we're at right now. Don't feel embarrassed.
Just down this dirt road in the woods.
There's no need to feel embarrassed or self-conscious, because they keep going, we're so old. I mean, you must think we're senile. I go, no, it's right over here. But we found the car for him.
But of course, that's what you were thinking. Like, oh my God. Like, at any point, are you like,
These old fucks.
I mean, at least I feel very safe with them on the road. Like, is it green or red we stop for?
But in their defense, where they parked looked exactly
the same
like
way.
where they were looking, though. But
Right.
I almost want to be like, at what point were you guys like, hey, let's just look around the other side of the mall? They were so hell-bent on staying on this
Right
one
side,
section
yeah.
for almost an hour and a half.
Oh
They
my
just walked
God.
around and walked around.
I feel like that happens to everybody, though. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not just the old people. My mother called me from the mall. My mother was, she always sharp as tack. Yeah. She called me that her car was stolen. Joe, somebody stole my Mercedes. Get down here. I go and I'm like, all right, wait. She goes, she's like, I'm here and we're talking. And I'm like, all right. And she's like, I went right into Penny's and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, Ma. And I was like, then why are you standing outside of Macy's? And she goes, oh. So she came out the wrong entrance, not J.C. Penney's. She came out of Macy's and then drove her to her car. Yeah. But she was outside walking around for like a half hour thinking her car got stolen. She had the mall security with her and everything. It was
Yeah, that's what I
crazy.
told these guys to do. I go, why don't you call mall security? They'll help you. And they were just, and the guy was just so annoyed. But I told my
Next thing you
daughter,
know, they're fucking institutionalized.
really
There's
bad
no helping
example
them.
for my daughter, right? Though, I mean,
What's that?
horrible example. I told her, I was like, I don't care what you just saw tonight. You can never do that. You can never trust somebody who's like, I'll help you. I go, I know, like, you can't. Even though, like, today you saw, like, us help these people. I don't care what happens. You can never trust anybody saying, like,
Yeah.
well, get in the car. I'll help you.
Do as
'Cause once you get in the
as
car,
I
you're dead, I said.
do as I say, not as I
And
do.
don't let people
That
in the
old
car.
couple.
It's
I
like,
could've
I'm a
murdered them.
man. I could have handled those two. Octogenarians.
I would have taken this. I could take his osteoporosis ass out.
I would have fucking pulled her house dress right over her head and fucking pummeled the shit out
My
of her.
nephew blew my mind. We went trick or treating for Halloween, and he goes, Uncle Joe, let me ask you something. Call his son, Vinny. He goes, let me ask you something. I said, why? He goes, why can't I take candy from strangers today? And I was like, like my mind was blown. I had no idea what to say. I said, that's a valid question. I said, ask your mother. I don't even know what to tell you. I think that was a very good point for a young kid.
How old is he?
He's 12.
When I
You
worked,
should know that by now.
I don't know. He might want to know. It's funny. He's still trick or treating at 12. I wondered if I was done with that by then.
My daughter went. She's 13.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, I mean, as long as their friends are doing it,
Right.
then it's okay. But if they're the lone trick or treater in their age group, then you might have to be a little worried.
Yeah, you got to.
Not worried, but maybe like, hey, not this year.
It's grown up.
Your daughter went out with friends, or you?
Yeah. She went out with friends.
And you're okay with that, huh?
Why wouldn't I be?
Well, I mean, because everyone's so overprotective these days. I wasn't sure if you were one of those guys.
Well, she's going out with a pack of friends. I mean, in the neighborhood where it's not like there's sidewalks and everything, and there's everybody else is trick or treating. Yeah,
That's
I
okay.
wouldn't be worried about that.
Yeah.
Oops. Hey, sorry. We got to take a quick ad break, but I promise I'll be right back to the scintillating conversation.
The other one's Loot Crate.
Rocking that
Oh my
music.
God, mention at least 3 times per spot.
What are the copy points?
Okay.
I think those are suggestions.
So we're talking Loot Crate. Well, everything highlighted, mandatory in every read. All right.
Okay.
Personal endorsement story.
Well, I can give you that. I love Loot Crate.
Go ahead.
Let's
hear your story about the time you got Loot Crate and you loved it.
No, I get it every month. Man, I dig it. There's at least 2 things in every Loot Crate.
It's like deja vu. Every time you open that Loot Crate box, it feels like the first time.
Great. It's awesome, and there's many different size Loot Crate boxes. So sometimes you'll get a big one, and you know something big's in there. Sometimes you get a small one, you know something like tights in there. Yeah, it's cool.
Toy. Why are we making BQ unboxing or uncrating or whatever you would do to a Loot Crate so we can see the joy that comes along with it?
Hey, can you do us a favor, Q? The next time you get a Loot Crate, can you save it and bring it to recording? We'll do an audio unboxing. No one's ever done that before.
Okay, yeah.
Well, instead he does periscopes that he plays music and puts fat pictures of me up. That's funny.
Gideon was telling me about this. He said that it's like he watches you play music.
You don't watch me play music. What I like to do on Periscope, is I'll just put on a record and then I'll just put on the Periscope and just like almost DJ, Walt.
Oh,
just play
you
music.
Fancy yourself a DJ?
I would love to be DJ.
What do you kick off your jams with? What's your go-to? Kick it off.
There's no kickoff.
You got to
get the crowd pumping.
I'm not. That's why I'm on Periscope like a chump instead of a professional DJ. I don't have like a kickoff.
Do you think Quinn has Vicky? Does Quinn have what it takes to be a professional DJ?
From what I've seen so far, I think you could make it work.
Well, I lean towards like classic rock.
What does it matter what you've seen? It's what you hear.
Well, no, because she's seeing and hearing it on Periscope.
She didn't watch that.
Did you ever see him? You never saw him?
A lot of. I had
basically he focuses the camera on a record and then puts like superhero statues, fat pictures of me, different things like in the frame.
Well, what happens
is that redundant? Like there's only fat pictures of me.
No,
right?
I'll put skinny ones next time. I've only done it twice in 4 years. It's not like I do it all the time. But it's.
What'd you start off your jams with this last time?
I think Bob Dylan.
Times they are a-changing.
They sure are. Sure.
Oh, Christ. Any chance you had to pat himself on the back.
And then people are like, well, I want to see. They're like, well, I want to see you. I want to see you. I want to see you. But to me, I'm not really like, it's not what I'm trying to do.
Right,
like, I'm not really into self-promotion.
You want to get some cred as a DJ.
Well, I just
why don't you wear like, what's that, Dead Mouse?
Your fame as an IJ.
Yeah, why don't you wear like a Dead Mouse head? You know?
Well, it's not that type of DJ. I'm just playing music.
Why don't you just open another account on Periscope as an anonymous and just do it and not as BQ?
Because then I wouldn't get nearly the amount of listeners.
He wants viewers. He wants views, man. He wants hits.
It's tightrope.
What'd you end
He wants hearts.
What'd you end the set list with?
I do know this. I ended with it wasn't Elvis, but it was Billy Joel. I ended with Billy Joel. I just play one side of a record and then I flip. I forget which one.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened was people
What album was it?
It was a Greatest Hits Volume 2. So people will be like, well, let me see. And then Gidim started texting me through it saying he was listening. Right. So I put a picture of Gidim on the camera.
Which he loves.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then
did you hear about it?
Not only is he texting you, he's like, Q is periscoping, and he just showed a picture of me.
Yeah.
I'm looking. It's like 9:30 at night. I'm like, why the fuck is he telling me this?
I don't know. But then
why is he telling me this? He shouldn't tell me this tomorrow at work. He definitely shouldn't be telling me at 9:30 at night that this is happening.
He's like, but I got my good belt and shoes on.
My tits are all cinched up.
My nipples are chafed.
Oh, so wait, how do you know there was a picture of you on it? Did you watch?
I was watching. Remember, I took the screen cap.
Oh, that's right.
Because I commented on it.
Well, that was right. Because then ants were like, let me see more pictures. So I put pictures. I didn't realize you didn't like the picture. So I'll find.
No, were you kidding me?
I'll find a nice picture.
It's fine. Did you endorse Loot Crate? I can't remember.
I did. Yeah, I really love it. And we're gonna do an unboxing here.
Did you get the Halloween box?
I did.
It's cool stuff in there, right?
Yeah, man. They had the little
Friday the 13th pennant.
I didn't get
Camp Crystal Lake. You didn't get it?
Oh, the pennant. Yeah, the flag.
Yeah,
it's hanging in my living room. I got that. The Michael Myers pin. The Leatherface plushie.
What do you think? Like, it makes it way less horrific, right?
Yeah, he's very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I guess if you want to introduce them to kids, that's the way you start.
Yeah. But I want them to do it sensitively.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you're woke, right?
Waking up. I'm not woke yet.
I don't think you'll ever get any kind of legitimate props for being woke.
He's pandering, right?
Fictional characters.
No.
Like Leatherface. You got to keep it real.
You can see the disgust on Walt's face as someone who's woke.
Yeah,
I can't tell. Is it a noun or an adjective? Is it an acronym? Does it stand for something?
It's
all right. All right.
But shouldn't you be supportive?
It's an adjective. It's a proverb. It's a
why are you
it's a haiku. It's all that shit.
But why are you being you're excluding me? Like, I want to be woke. Help me wake.
Yeah, he's so annoyed by it.
I know.
This is mine.
I don't know if that's it.
You can't have it.
All right. Fair enough.
How can you do it? You got to.
Loot Crate's like, how do you do Loot Crate? Is that what he's going to say? Or are they still talking about this other bullshit?
You gotta get up and be ready to fight.
Yeah. Okay.
With me over obvious points.
And if you're not ready to fight, then keep your eyes fucking shut tight.
Right. Don't even bother.
Like they are.
So tight that you look like Ming.
See, that's not woke.
Well, I mean, come on. Did you ever think there was a chance?
Sleeping Beauty over here is going to
I thought it was going to happen by the end of the episode, and now, I don't know. I'm thinking it might not.
Yeah, but let me ask something. Like, are they against people like Brian who are he's just having fun and means no harm and likes everybody? Or are they supposed to be fighting like real angry ass racist people who are trying to keep other people down? People are hateful. Brian's not hateful. You know that. Like
I think
he's just ignorant.
No, I mean, not even ignorant.
I just think that he wants to beat the drum too much and try to not legitimize, but try to say like, I want a world. Like he wants a world that he grew up in. It's not his fault,
right?
But he doesn't. He's got to. When he's ready to come and acknowledge that, like Dylan said, times are changing, and he's just not been able to do that yet. Hopefully one day he'll get there.
Okay.
Oh my God, who's hoping this? Not me.
Well, maybe all your friends are.
Oh yeah, I know at least one who isn't, and probably two.
I want this for me. I don't really want you guys to
right. You're like, no, you keep going.
Every time he has a Ming voice, I know I'm safe. I'm all by myself.
Oh, guess what, guys? I'm woke. Look at me. Q, are you the envy of your friends?
No.
Some of them.
You're not bragging enough then.
Okay.
Because you can get your 100% exclusive crates at lootcrate.com/TESD, and you're going to save 10% off of a new
that's awesome.
subscription. Now, this is where it's weird.
Yeah.
Copy points. Mention at least 3 times a spot. That seems like a lot for something that's supposed to be like 60 seconds.
Well, for Christ's sake, for all the talk that we didn't talk about them.
Yeah.
Right.
We owe it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
We should complete at least one round.
Okay, we'll do one round. Sorry. We'll meet you half. We'll meet you a third of the way. Not quite halfway. Maybe next time. On a quest for epic gear, housewares, and collectibles, Loot Crate has it. Loot Crate offers an epic range of pop culture items for less than $20 a month. If you're more of a fanatical fashionista Then try Loot Wear, monthly wearables and accessories with cult classics and all your favorite franchises. Holy shit, only one more. I'm almost there. If you want to get fancy, get a bigger box with even bigger loot with Loot Crate DX.
Well, how do we get on the DX list?
I don't know. I guess you got to go to lootcrate.com.
But how am I going to inform our audience if I'm not on what's in that box?
I don't know. Can you imagine saying that 3 times though? Maybe you have to do it in real fast mode, like car commercials and shit. Yeah. Walt, get ready for November. God almighty. Get ready for November's enchanting theme, Magical. Loot Crate has cast a powerful ancient spell to deliver you.
There's some Harry Potter stuff.
Doctor Strange, Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them, Big Trouble in Little China. And so much more.
You know what they throw in every box is a cool T-shirt.
I think they fucked either I'm way fatter than I thought I was, or they fucked my order up because it says 2X, the Negan Sluggers or whatever. It fits like I look like Get 'em, like how tight his shirt is. It really like wears like a men's medium. I'm like, I can't even get this over my head.
Well, I don't think they have you sized right, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get my measurements taken over at Loot Crate.
Yeah.
For a more precise fit. I think they do that.
Maybe just have, what was that?
I'm like, can you make me like a Negan moo that I can just sling on?
Oh, you've been losing weight.
What was that place we did the suits ads for?
Oh, the Indochino.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the one we went to.
Oh, Trunk Club.
Yeah, just have Trunk Club send your records over to Loot Crate.
No, but we went to Indochino for the.
All right, well, have Indochino send your records.
Did we ever do those commercials?
I don't remember that name.
Yeah, we did, because remember we told Walt how they didn't touch our junk.
Oh, that's right.
That was a big fear.
Indochino?
Yeah, that was Indochino, where you would think they would because everybody's gay, but
what does that mean?
They were able to keep their hands off because, come on.
But what the
beefy, like somebody beefy like me goes in there.
Oh, like a bear?
Oh, yeah.
But that means they don't have any self-control.
They were fighting over who was going to measure me.
Okay.
Over there at Indochino.
You're not woke at all, dude.
You shouldn't even be allowed to drive. You can't.
They were clawing.
How the fuck do you even get from your house to here? Your eyes shut that tight.
They were clawing each other's eyes out, trying to get their nails peeled back and shit.
It's narcolepsy Brian over here.
Yeah, I sleep for 20 straight minutes on the parkway.
Fucking Mr. Magoo. That's got to be enough.
LootCrate.com/DESD. Come on, go get that fucking cool shit that I know all you dorks like.
All right. Right back into where we left off.
Everybody has now done trick-or-treating about like 7, 8 o'clock at night.
That's it.
It's just done. That's not the way it used to be. It used to be like an all-night thing.
When did you start egging and shaving creaming?
That was probably around 12.
13, yeah.
Nobody does that anymore, do they?
No,
nobody does that anymore.
They should.
They shut that shit down.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. That was great.
I mean, those were the good old days.
Yeah, but I mean, they really, I mean, if we can eradicate that from society, there's a lot of stuff we should be able to do too.
Cure a society of a lot more ills.
What do you mean? You start with people putting shaving cream on your car once a year? Like, let's work from there.
They basically
There's our baseline, people.
That is such a thing in the past. Like kids, you
sociopathic.
Today,
That's true, actually.
They wouldn't sell. Remember, they wouldn't even sell shaving cream.
Barbasol, like for
what was
the
it
week.
called? Mischief Night.
Yeah,
Mischief Night.
It's a thing of the past.
Hell Night.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
No,
which is I think is a good thing.
It's a little bit of a shame. I'll tell you what.
Of course, because you're fucking 50 years old. These kids today, they take it too far.
Because you know what it is? If it was just soap on
Get off my lawn.
If it was just soap on the window, I'd be like, that's cute. That's right. But it always take it too far.
Yeah.
It's always one asshole kid.
Even
one
toilet paper of houses and stuff. That doesn't happen. The toilet paper of houses and
stuff. Not in New York.
Not anymore.
Yeah. I had Halloween decorations up, and I had candy to give to kids. And the first person that knocked on my door, I took the decorations down, took the candy, and didn't answer another door for the rest of the fucking day. I put my security cameras on and I watched. Because it's like, could you take a picture?
Oh, you forgot that was going to happen?
I was excited, man. I had a mask and everything. I was going to do it because I didn't go out.
They knew it was your house.
They knew it was my house, and then that was it. And so I took it in.
What were you giving away? Tell me at least like a Joker. Yeah, a Joker with fucking money to burn.
How about this, pal? How about this? How about full candy bars?
That's what I was going to say.
Not
fun size?
Not fun size. Full size candy fucking bars, my friends.
Yeah, I did the fun pack. I got
all in my house right now because the first person
saving up for this
ruined it by asking for a photo.
Yeah. Hey, ruined it for everybody.
Now
you know who we did. You got so many candy bars. I'm coming over.
I'm going to bring that shit.
I'm excited. Let me get back into my box of chocolate.
Full-size candy bars, huh?
Yeah. I don't fuck around. It's my favorite holiday. And I wasn't going to Manhattan, so
that's your favorite? You used to go to, you used to be big in it. You
Even last year I went. Last year.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. You dressed as Batman.
But this year I just didn't have, I had the broken ribs, and I just didn't want to be out and about.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you something about Halloween, actually. I'm going to ask my friend to join us, though, for a little bit here. My buddy. Can you bring a chair over here?
I actually took the decorations down. Like, I went outside and started taking down shit. Just to give off an unfriendly vibe. It just, I just assumed that that people would know enough not to be like, can I
come to your home and take a picture with you?
Yeah, that was wrong. I had the record with the spooky sounds.
Oh man, I want to go to your house.
Fucking thing, man. And
why don't you just keep them? Oh, because they knew it was your house.
They knew it was my house.
You just kept the mask on. Wouldn't it be all right?
They know. I just forgot that my neighborhood knows where I live.
Yeah.
So that was that. And they wrote on my car. They wrote in my car in the dirt on the window and stuff like that. And they took parts because then I was watching. Then I was like fucking Howard Hughes. Like, and I was sitting in my house watching it on my phone. Like they were taking patches of lawn. They debated because I had a pair of my shoes out.
It was fucking Shea Stadium.
He was a resod after fucking Halloween and shit.
Yeah. It is mischief night over at
So that was it. So I ended up fucking spending my whole Halloween looking at a screen watching the neighborhood kids harass me.
Last year I hunted down the person who emptied my candy bowl that said, "Please take one."
Did you?
I have the camera out front, and this girl took out a backpack, right? She's walking by the house. She did the look over the shoulders. I'm watching her on my camera. She opens her backpack. She wasn't even dressed. She's coming back from school, this bitch.
Are you kidding me?
She goes, she unzips it, takes the whole bowl, right? And this giranimal pours it into a stupid fucking JanSport.
Yeah.
Zips up and keeps walking, right? So then I start get dressed. But she's like, "Where you going?" I was like, "I'm getting this bitch who just stole all our candy." So I hop in my car and I'm driving by, and she had met up with another hooligan on the corner. So her and her hooligan boyfriend are walking down the street. They must have been anywhere between 16 and 18 years old. And I go and I peel out around the corner, and now I'm going the wrong way down Merrick Boulevard. So I flip a U-turn and I skid up right next to her, and I roll down my window. And they like, "Come." I go, "I saw you steal all my candy." I said, "You took all my candy." She's like, "What are you talking about?" And I throw it in reverse, and now I'm going backwards up Merrick, yelling at her about how she stole all my candy. She needs to have respect for the holiday.
Not super safe driving any day of the year, but Halloween when there's lots of kids around.
Kids dressed as skeletons.
And ghosts
look at this.
Become as much.
You know, I have like 5 cameras in the front of my house.
Look at these animals.
I have like one kid was screaming. That's me taking the decorations down. Look at them.
You have a hood and sunglasses on.
That's me taking the fucking decorations down because fuck these kids. And then they come up and they're hitting my door. They're yelling at the camera. One kid told me he's going to put tarantulas in my fucking my thing because I didn't have any candy. Look at him.
You didn't put the bowl outside?
No, fuck them.
Yeah, you take that.
These are the kids that stole my grass.
So you know who they are.
Oh, I know who they are.
You know where they live? Are they neighborhood kids?
Look, this is them.
I see them. Look at them, just taking your grass.
They're fucking. This is what
take off your. What do you call it? Lock.
I did.
Swipe up.
I think it's this.
There you go.
I put it on.
Perspective lock. There you go.
See, and they just hang out there. But wait, that group grows for about 15, and then they start stealing grass. They come up on my porch. They're debating whether to steal my shoes.
Why do you have shoes on you?
Because I take them off sometimes before I go in.
You got a mudroom, like, get them?
These kids don't have enough respect.
They got nothing for me.
You should throw eggs at them.
This kid was the only good kid. He dressed like John Cena, and he was respectful.
He gets full candy bar.
He got a full candy bar. Look at me.
You pulling down your things you need to post online of you pulling down your decorations. You look insane.
Look at this fucking group. Now they're taking selfies in front of my house.
Yep.
They're taking pictures of my house.
They have nothing better to do, these punks. You should run outside with the hose.
This fucking room. See, they're waving at the camera. They're making fun of me, the fact that I have a camera.
They're taunting you, yeah.
They're
like, oh.
Camera that they could see it.
Oh, I have like 4, and they have green light. I want people to know I have cameras.
Oh, yeah.
They're taking pictures of my fucking house.
Where are
They're
their
so
parents?
little, though. They're like 9-year-olds.
Wait, is that Walt's daughter? Is that Walt's daughter stealing your grass?
He's surveilling the entire fucking
Man who
neighborhood.
doesn't want cameras around his neighborhood.
Private property, bro.
But that's kind of hypocrisy.
Absolutely not. I said on that episode that private property, you could do whatever the fuck you want.
But is your camera pointed at the neighborhood though, or is it only focusing on your property?
That means nothing to do with anything.
Why?
One, because it's private property. I can set up cameras wherever I want.
It looks like you can see part of your neighbor's.
Sure, you could see out there, but I don't have a camera that's going to end at the fucking sidewalk. And two,
couldn't angle it.
It's also security, dude.
Couldn't angle it so it didn't hit on anybody else.
Dude, look at these fucking dangerous hooligans outside my house.
Tell you, it looks like Walt's daughter. She was just out with a pack of friends.
What would you do if you found out, like, Alicia, like you're like, my shaving cream's missing? What's going on?
And they come onto my private property, Walt.
They're leaning on your car.
Yeah,
they're allowed to come on your private property.
They're not allowed to come on my private property. They're not.
You're giving away fucking bars.
No way.
Then how are they getting candy then?
Well, Halloween,
they're not now because I pulled it in.
It reminds me much of
this. Is happening right now?
No. This is yesterday's feed.
Oh, okay.
I keep the feed for a year.
It's usually around to Thanksgiving, and before people are like, all right, fuck it, I guess he's not coming out.
This is at 4:47.
All right, but if on Halloween though, it's expected that people are going to come on your private.
Yeah, trespassing.
No, that doesn't mean anything to me.
How are they supposed to get the candy?
And
why are you?
That's how it happens.
I agree when there's fucking decorations out front.
Right, that's the invitation.
Decorations don't step foot on the property.
No, everybody knows that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, your house isn't decorated. You don't come up. I put a little pumpkin out.
Right.
What world do you live in? What world of lawless social cues do you live in where you just go willy-nilly?
New Jersey.
Really?
New Jersey, we go up to everybody's door, regardless if they have Halloween decorations.
But how does that? That's not a good success rate. They got to at least have a paper skeleton.
Well, you just do it as quickly as possible. You don't sit there taking fucking selfies for the next half hour in front of a famous person.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Does sod mean anything anymore?
Well, your land is barren.
It's just crazy. Do Jewish people put up Christmas lights in New Jersey?
I have a Jewish friend who did.
See, that's just wrong.
We're in a whole other.
That's a whole different thing.
It's only a bridge away, man, but it's a totally different world.
It's a different world. It's two bridges for me.
Q, I wanted to introduce you to my new girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
She's moved in with me. I've started making her car payments.
Okay.
The reason that she really loves me though is because she loves Monster Dick.
Who are we making fun of right now?
Nobody. I'm introducing you
fun of somebody.
to the songstress.
This is Vicky?
This is Vicky Pezza.
Get the fuck out of here. Holy shit. I thought you lived in California.
I felt like Walt knew the whole time, and I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
Vicky
I do live in California.
Does songs for, tell him, Steve Dave.
Songs.
At our, like professional quality, unbelievable songs.
Hi, I'm Joe.
Hi, I'm Vicky.
Oh,
he was talking to Walt.
Oh, and hi, Vicky. Your hands are so cold.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
Well, likewise, everyone here. So thanks.
You do really good work. What are you doing here?
Thank you. I'm here for my sister's wedding because I'm from New Jersey originally, but I live in LA now. But I'm the maid of honor at my sister's wedding.
Congratulations!
Saturday. So
will
it worked
you be performing at the wedding?
I will, actually. I wrote a rap. They're getting married. Their last name's Mulcahy, so it's going to be like, hi, my name is Mulcahy. And I'm going to have to perform all the lyrics. They don't know, but by the time this comes out,
you should do the monster song as an encore.
Oh, yeah.
What are your problems?
Will you be taking Sunday Jeff?
She's really good. She's really good.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it was actually, I saw people praising Monster Dick online and on Twitter, and I hadn't heard it until last week. And then I was fucking blown away, and we listened to it, me and you. And every once in a while, I keep a notebook. So whenever our next rap battle is, I have lyrics. It's only about Mike and Ming being gay. And
what else is there to rap
prior to hearing Monster Dick, I was like, maybe Vicky will do it. Will do it with me. Mm-hmm. And then I heard Monster Dick, and I'm like, she's too good to do it. I wouldn't dare ask her.
Wow.
I'm like, here's just a bunch of stuff that I want to say about them. Can you turn it into a song?
Jeez Louise. That's fucking, I'm a little starstruck.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
That's like,
How many songs have you done? Tell them, Steve Dave, centric.
5. 2 Christmas. And Monster Dick, Get 'em Superstar.
Get 'em Superstar.
There was an original one, but that's 2 years old already. Maybe you didn't even hear it. I don't know.
What? No, Get 'em Superstar. I heard
that. Yeah.
Monster Dick. I've heard
Monster Dick,
and the Christmas ones were in the episodes.
Yes.
Yeah. So those I heard.
Yes, and there was one more that was on episode 229, Motor Dick. But the song was just TESD rap. Right. It was my first shot, but Declan liked it. Yeah. So he was like, "Oh, I think you could make one about Get 'Em." Like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Make one about anything.
And what do you do in your day to day?
Turn me into a star.
Podcast producer.
Yeah?
Yeah. I work for Mauro Ranallo from WWE and Bas Rutten from UFC.
Okay.
And I make their show, and I make a show called Point versus Point on all things comedy. And Stanhope's on that network as well.
So what do you think of the production on this show?
I think it's great.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's good.
Interesting.
As we share a mic because I can't get hers to work.
I love your valiant effort too. You tried like 2 different ones. You're like, oh, we'll just share it.
You don't feel it's up to snuff, Q?
I don't know.
I think it's because coming into it, like you feel very underwhelmed. Because you guys are such a big thing, right? Tom C. Davis is this huge thing with huge following, and then you come in and you come into such a shit show on wires and like shared mics and no headphones. Like you don't know. Like you think you're gonna come into like this professional real. I'm going to the stash. I'm gonna be on fucking Tell 'Em Steve Dave, and then you come in and it's just fucking garbage. So I think that's really. I think that's what she's getting at. Yeah. Like, without
you
saying
had to buy your own chocolate. We didn't provide it.
Yeah. Would I give the receipt to my $30 worth of chocolate that I got across the street?
It doesn't matter. All the glitzy high-end tech you can buy. It won't
if you don't have the content, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's why I try to tell Ming all the time. I don't give stop showing off your all your gear.
If I call you by that $1,000 mic, I'll be as good as Tell 'Em Steve Dave.
The only reason we have these colored cables is because a fan sent them in out of pity a few years back.
We're using the same free mics we've been using since the very first
day
show.
one. Yeah.
No, it's just a different level of you'd expect it to be good. When you walk in, you're like, oh, okay. Well look, I'm glad I brought my own chocolate.
We have this whole shelf has become Tell 'Em Steve Dave.
We got
awards.
A shelf.
You know?
No, if I'm going to be honest, even the shop isn't that impressive.
We like to think of it as quaint.
It's cozy. Cozy. That's how they say, cozy 2-bedroom.
This is what you want to be a female, be a rapper.
Well, she is a female.
You've accomplished.
You got that part's down.
Yeah, you've nailed it.
It kind of just came because you guys did the raps on the show.
We've inspired rappers.
Yeah, it was mainly like Q, your Sunday Jeff. Who's that bitch Walt got on a chain? Like that was to me one of the funniest things ever.
There you go.
On this show. I was crying and I'm like
your freestyle rap, I wasn't aware.
What are you gonna do?
I wasn't aware.
Occasionally. I get overshadowed by Ming every time.
Well, he writes 10 pages.
Yeah, I know.
So.
I know. Oh wow. All right.
I'm like, I think I can make raps.
How long have you been in a rap game?
First one was December 2014.
Oh, wow.
For this. But no, I really always wrote raps as a kid, like about our family, and like I would do it to make my family laugh.
And you write though. You don't like freestyle.
Yeah, no freestyle.
You can't spit fire. You have to be
very prepared.
Got it.
I edit the music.
These songs that are unbelievable.
What do you use to produce?
Audacity.
Yeah?
Yup. Free software on a PC.
Nice.
It's on a Dell.
Nice.
How is it that you're from Jersey, live in California, yet have like this weird Brooklyn accent? Right?
That's a little odd.
Wow. So are we, because the rumor that I heard, which I wholeheartedly endorse, you were going to put out an LP? Is that the right term?
Declan. Declan was like, you should put this out. Like, you should put the single out. People want to buy. I was just going to put it. An LP's, right?
Is that what LP stands for? Long play?
Yeah, long play.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so.
What's an EP? Extended play. Got it.
This could be the first. This be the first client of Four Color Demons vinyl of the album. Let's put it out on vinyl.
Oh my god. Guys,
wait, you're saying that she pays for the production and puts it out. Okay.
Oh, I'm the client.
You need to understand.
Look at all the points.
Right.
If you're looking for investor, I'll back you. I'll back you to do. How much does it cost? $20? $40? I got $40. This box of chocolate was $30. You guys take chocolate?
So you're saying that we purloin the rights from her, like say like the Jewish music producers with all the black acts in this.
Well, you guys played it on your show. right? You played it on your show, so you own it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works.
You're on our stable.
That's it.
So wait, so if anyone comes after me over the sampling, do I determine to you guys?
It reverts back to you.
All rights revert back to you upon litigation.
You got it.
I did wonder about that. Like when I heard the Cantina stuff, I was like, like they're fairly litigious, but fuck it. Like just give it a try. Like what's the worst? Cease and desist. Like Mig gets a cease and desist every week.
Yeah.
Like because he's constantly playing music that he's not supposed to. So fuck him, right?
Yeah, just go for it.
Fuck. Tell him Steve Dave versus Disney. You know, like then we'd get some cred. We went to that. We went to war with Disney.
Yeah. That's it. That'd be like, yeah. That's the same exact reasons in the mall parking lot. It's going to be that same thing. Yeah. That's going to be a mall parking lot. He's street cred.
We're most concerned with that. You know who, Quinn, I thought you might be jealous. When I was talking to DMC in LA, he said that Method Man really wants to be on Comic Book Man.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He said that he has like 35,000 comics. He loves the show. And he said he was calling this season trying to figure out how to get on.
I mean, I could text him right now.
All right, so you're not going to be jealous.
He says as he texts him from his phone.
And we'll find out if Daryl is lying or not.
You're like, so can I borrow Method Man's phone number, please? I heard he wants to be on my TV show. Can I borrow his number, Q?
Or we'll get in a three-way. We'll get in a, what do they call it, like a conference call with DMC. I'll be like, why did you get my hopes up?
Why are you giving it around?
And he did. He challenged Ming to a freestyle rap on Facebook Live, and Ming backed down.
Really?
Ming went and battled him.
Freestyle.
Ming
totally different.
Ming
animal.
freestyles? No, Ming can't freestyle.
He can.
And clearly he couldn't.
Right, he got called out.
If he had a day, he probably could.
That's not freestyle. That's prepare. I don't think you understand freestyle. How it all works. He could do a written freestyle, with 1 day's notice, with the best of them. He's the Eminem of written for 2 day notice. 24-hour notice freestyles.
But also when Daryl went though, I felt like it was probably prepared. I mean, it was so smooth.
Who's?
So DMC
On Comic Book Man?
No, when we were at the con.
Oh, okay.
Because he did it anyway.
Right.
And he had a rap about comics and being a geek and stuff, but it seemed polished.
Well, I mean, he's professional. That's why.
Well, a lot of freestylers just memorize lines that they have, and they improvise the first 2 lines, wrapped around everything else, and then they come back and just drop the last 2 at the end, and it feels like it's freestyle. That's like a trick.
Well, the first 2 lines were very racist about Chinese people, and then the rest was polished.
Was he battling Ming? I thought you said that. I thought I said it back down. Yeah.
So, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Were you ever into comics, Joe? You said that you were kind of like.
No, I've never got into comics. I got into, I played video games. I definitely played video games. Comics I never got into, and I got into just Marvel, like, because of the movies. And then I was like, oh, this shit is really cool. So what's
your favorite Marvel movie?
My favorite, I really, really like Civil War. I liked Captain America Civil War, but, before that, it was definitely the first Avengers. I thought they did a really good job of doing all that.
You thought that you would get some street cred, like having a second Impractical Joker be that into comics, just like Quinn.
How would I get street cred?
No, I mean the geek world.
Yeah,
because they're always looking for people that
But I wasn't like Sal pretends that he read comics a lot. They got in a huge fight, and I made a bad joke at a Marvel panel, at a Marvel interview that we never talked about this actually.
The Green Lantern.
I knew it wasn't, but that wasn't. I was making a dig at Sal. So Sal had worn Q. Always wears.
Sal just went on a tear where he's buying Green Lantern t-shirts.
Yeah, and so Q took it like personally. He's like, "Hey, I'm the comic.
Well, I was
guy.
just like. Well, I was just like,
he just
I would
called him
look
out
at him and I'd be like,
he's a poser.
I'd be like, what? I was like, name one Green Lantern. I'd like, name one Green Lantern. He couldn't do it. He'd be like, Green Lantern.
Yeah,
Wait, you're doing this in front of people?
No, yeah, we did. He did it on. It happened actually. I think it was on set or whatever. So they're all just messing around. So then fast forward to this Comic-Con in New York. We're getting interviewed by Marvel Entertainment. And then they're like, oh, so you guys big comic book guys? And to take a dig at Sal, I said, well, Sal's got a Green Lantern t-shirt. and then the woman interviews was like, that's DC. And it got like really awkward.
It was
for a minute.
very weird for her to take that stance.
Yeah, it got really weird for a minute, and then I was like, and none of us bit, and so I was just a jerk, just a DC guy, So
she came off. It wasn't work when I claimed that we cure cancer on the fucking panel.
I was the only one that
you
spoke.
were the only one that
spoke.
Yeah,
yeah. That was a big.
I heard about this. Yeah.
That was
some kid got up.
That was an odd.
That's
choice.
what happens when you don't think ahead and say like, you know what, saying box
This Mike Tyson joke's not going to work.
Yeah, it's like,
I thought it was funny. I still think it was great. I was going for a groan. I didn't get a groan. What happened was, Vicky, is this guy got up and he was crying, talking about how so-and-so died of cancer. It was a beautiful story. I'm not making fun of it. And how we helped him through it and blah, blah, blah. And I was going for a groan. I like groans. I'm a fan of groans. And I was like, oh, that's all right.
We thanked him for watching and
very sincere. Joe got up and hugged him. Sal started crying. Murray started giving
his Green Lantern shirt.
Yeah.
Murray took selfies with him.
Yeah. And I said, well, you think that's great? I said, well, next, we're going to cure cancer. And
after he just told the whole audience of 2,000 people that his brother
not a single sound.
It wasn't a groan. It was more like a vacuum got all the sound got sucked out.
Nothing.
It was like boom, and then
I was, torn because it was an even better reaction than the groans. But I also know that we weren't on that panel to get silence and groans, and the president of Turner was sitting in the front row.
Oh my
in the
God.
whole room.
So Joe saved me.
Yeah, I just turned to him. I said, "No, but I think you got your facts wrong. We haven't cured cancer."
Yeah,
Everybody
and
laughed.
they started laughing. And then we were able to joke about it.
Yeah.
But if you were there, you would have fucking loved it.
Yeah,
The one lone like
you like 80s clap.
anything for the joke.
I thought it was great.
Mike Tyson's a rapist.
Am I right, people?
Right, kids? Right?
Check out this screen cap. He's smiling.
Oh, shit. I'm not saying Mike Tyson's a rapist. By the way, I want to be very clear about that. Yeah, but I don't know if I understand or agree with that. I don't know all the facts.
Is OJ a murderer?
I'm comfortable with saying OJ's a murderer.
Why?
Because he's in jail.
There's no chance he's going to be on IJ.
Yeah. I'm not going to run into OJ anywhere. I may run into Mike Tyson somewhere, and I want it to be very clear that I don't know the facts.
Hey, fuckface, come here.
I said, "Fuck me."
Don't you get it?
I'm on TV.
Yeah, I'm a boxer on TV.
Yeah.
Where you go, white boy? Would you?
Yeah.
Would you, if Mike Tyson were to, in a public setting,
Yeah.
he,
Challenge you to a rap battle? Would you rap?
yeah,
That I would do.
it's a three-way rap battle. You, Mike Tyson, and me. No, he starts calling you out because he heard a joke that was made on Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Well, paint it a little more. Where am I?
All right, you're at
Hotel lobby.
Okay, Vegas. I'm in
Vegas. It's a
You're waiting for a car to
busy
pick you up.
lobby.
Both of you guys are waiting for cars. He
Right.
notices you.
Okay.
People are taking pictures with both of you.
Okay, so they're witnesses.
Right. And he's like,
In the
isn't
bathroom.
that motherfucker from Tell 'em Steve Dave?
Right.
I think you would say
I have to say you're a Mike Tyson
Well, no,
impression.
he didn't hear the joke on IJ.
Right. We don't make rape jokes on IJ.
He doesn't
buddy.
even know
Not
that
even Lord
IJ
Sweepy?
exists.
It's a big sweep weeks pick up. Yeah, we really get into that. And we do it on like the commercial break, the cliffhangers. Da-na-na-na. Will Q say it?
They bring in Hollywood's best rape joke writers. Yeah, and he's like, "Come here, boy."
Yeah. In that situation, I'd probably give him some shit back. I think.
Because it's so public, and you're
It's
like, "He won't hit me,"
public.
even though he's hit many people in public before.
Well, no. Look, it's public, so there's witnesses. So if it goes south,
People can know to watch you get your ass kicked.
I guess like at least maybe I could sue him. He's still. I just think that's a safety level,
Right.
having people there. And also people are recording it, so I don't want to look like a pussy on the internet.
Right.
So
Like
I'd
if you started running.
Yeah. So I'd probably go back at him a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, I wouldn't be eager to fight the guy. If in an elevator, me and him, and nobody around, I'd just apologize and be like, "Oh, you know how it is, Mike."
Put your hand out, saying, "I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm man enough to admit. Fuck you. I'm man enough to admit I was wrong. I should have called you fuckface."
Yeah.
You would look like who is that football player in the elevator with his wife or whatever?
Yeah.
That's what Quinn would look like. Dragged around like a rag.
I would like just present. If I was in an
Do what you must, Mr. Tyson.
Yeah, I'm like, take it out however you see fit, Mike. But in public, I'd probably risk the vicious beatdown.
Right. Could you survive a punch? Like if
no,
if he hit you like right in the side of the head, like he sucker punch. He's like, take this shit.
I think if Mike Tyson wants to kill me with a punch, Mike Tyson can kill me with a punch. Yeah. Even now, yeah. I mean, I can't fucking ride an ATV without breaking through ribs.
You lost a fight with a motor vehicle.
You were felled by a quad.
I've had 2 sets of broken ribs this year alone, man. You think fucking Mike Tyson can't pop my weak bones?
Yeah, one was done by a GoPro and one was done by an ATV.
Yeah, like, this is fucking.
How is that going? That injury? You seem a little bit better.
The lower back, which was killing me the last time, is much better. The ribs are because what happens is it's allergy season. So I start each day with sneezing fit, and it just feels like it's breaking them. For an hour, I'm in like horrible pain after.
You're redoing the damage.
Yeah, it's just miserable. And then now it just feels like there's like a toothache here and a toothache there all the time. I can deal with that after the sneezing is.
How's that
horrible.
thigh?
Thigh's still numb.
Still numb?
Yeah, the hip.
Still a thigh.
He just wanted to see it.
You want to
Take that dye out, boy.
No, it's a weird
How
feeling.
are your gams?
Your upper gamel area.
When I pull my pants up,
Yeah.
You're not sure if your pants
I
are
feel
up?
it sliding on this side, but I don't feel it over
that's
here.
weird.
Yeah, it's a weird
That's the
feeling.
excuse he uses around schools anyway. Oh, I'm on TV.
Sir, your pants are up. I'm on TV. I got a busted hip.
I got into an ATV crash, and I can't tell my pants are on.
They sell these.
Can you explain this pocket full of candy? No, I don't know how that got there.
Why? I was going to give away on Halloween. And,
You see what happened?
Yeah,
These
look,
kids don't
here's
steal
the
my
video
sock.
here. That's me taking down my decorations.
Yeah, officer.
And everything checks out.
Have a good day, sir.
Could you get away with it
What?
as an impractical joker
No.
in a school zone? Pants around your ankles. You have your MeUndies on, and you're like those darn suspenders.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. No, that's a rough one. We tried to shoot a bit in season one, where we were at a park in Manhattan, and the idea was we had to start baby talking a child, and then move it up to their parents and continue a normal conversation.
We were at a
with
kids
baby.
park, not like
Right.
a park. It was a dedicated kids park with like a playground and that's it, and benches.
The cops got called on us because we were 4 middle-aged adult men with no kids in a kids park going, "Hello, how are you?" Blah, blah, blah. And I mean, the cops got called within an hour, like even that
Do you
long,
remember
half hour.
It was the first season and our production crew didn't necessarily do the permit thing right. So they actually walked away and left Q talking to the cops because they were
They left the cameras running.
Yeah, they had the cameras running from far away, and they were like, "Hey, listen, they don't know that he's with us. We can't get in trouble. We can't risk getting caught. So if he gets in trouble, it's okay. We'll just figure it out. But just make sure he doesn't say they're with the production." I said, "Siri, here's what I said." So Q was literally just like a felon getting talked to by the cops. On
Yeah,
the side
I
of
mean,
the
I
road.
was still in the department at that point, so I was able to sort of work around it and just tell them what we were doing. But I don't think so.
How much stuff does it even make it to the table that you're like, that's way too offensive?
Well, I mean, look, you got a bunch of funny people in a room, so most of the day is spent making offensive jokes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like 15% of it, 20% of it is usable. The rest is like,
I think that's fair. Yeah.
a lot of it.
Yeah. We just,
But you never tell what people get offended at, though, too. Like sometimes things that we think or push the line a little bit, people really take to heart. Like 2 weeks ago, we made Murray do that. 3 weeks ago, Murray had a punishment where he had to tell kids that he was a pet cremator. And
oh, I saw that. That was fucked up.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, but
He was doing it, and I was surprised that
it was a
I
career
guess like
fair.
you have
He
to
didn't
get
know.
every parent's permission ahead of time.
yeah.
the shit he was saying to these little kids, I was like, this is crazy. Like it just got real. With like,
well, the kid's face when he pours out the cremated ashes and he pulls out a chain, a dog chain, a dog collar. There's a little dog one on. The kid made the perfect face for it. And then at the end, we just had him. He was sitting and he was literally holding it in front of his face, just staring at it.
Yeah, he's just staring at it.
Believe it.
Yeah, that was dark.
Yeah, it's funny. Like my favorite line from the whole thing was like most crematorians, if you cremate a turtle, won't destroy the shell. And then a turtle comes out and he goes, we destroy the shell. And then it says, cowabunga.
Yeah, we made them go back in the end and add the cowabunga.
Yeah. Oh, God, it was great.
This is actually what I was going to ask you guys. And we almost never have guests on. There's a cavalcade, Walt.
Yes.
Superstar, Joker, Joe Gatto, superstar rapper.
Upcoming.
Vicky Pezza, soon to be released on Four Color Demons Records if she can raise the money.
And of course, there's no litigation. Otherwise, independent project.
Hillary Duff.
Wait, is this more political correctness stuff?
It is. Now you have to decide where the fuck is the goddamn costume? Like she apologizes for it, but I can't find it.
Oh, the pilgrim?
She was dressed as a sexy pilgrim.
Yeah. The guy she was with was a chief.
I would like to think that
the guy she was with was a chief, right?
He was the Indian chief, yeah.
Yeah.
She says she's truly
So they're upset at her husband? Is it her husband? Whatever.
Her.
And her for being a pilgrim?
There's no reason to be upset with Hillary Duff for being a pilgrim.
I just saw it.
But a pilgrim is not a...
Pilgrim is not offensive in the slightest. The Indian chief
I would like to think that like every pilgrim chick came over in like pilgrim hot pants.
Yeah.
Pilgrim buckle hat.
Well... Look,
he really went for it though with the face paint and and it's red. Like he really went for it.
Well, I'd say this: I think it's silly to get offended that he's dressed like an Indian. Mm-hmm. That being said, he should be smart enough to know that people are just going to bitch and whine over it. So he's dumb for doing that. Why the fuck is anybody upset that she's a pilgrim?
I think she's getting caught in a crossfire of association.
Well, she's the one that is famous. So like if he apologized, nobody cares. Like people would, like if you saw this guy, you'd be like, I don't know who that is.
But yeah, she might be Indian. She shouldn't be posing that happily with somebody who's obviously sticking a finger up at
reservation owners.
People who have been.
He's clearly off the reservation.
I wanted to tell you this, guy. I wasn't going to mention this, but last week, since we recorded, a lot of people reached out to me and told me that how happy they were with some of the things I said, and that I have been. They said a couple people have dubbed me as being woke.
You woke?
Yeah.
How'd you get woke?
I didn't even know I had woke. But,
what's woke? Wait.
Woke is what this was. It's a lot of street cred.
It's aware. It's just being aware of
what's
social.
Yeah, it's being sensitive.
So a PC faggot?
Oh, dude, come on! We got Joe Gatto from Practical Jokers here.
Sure that
I'm the Indian. You're Hillary Duff.
That's right. I'm just a sexy pilgrim over here, Johnson. I don't know what you're talking about.
A lot of young people. Who can give me that, who are eligible to pass that compliment on to me, reached out and told me.
I want to know what number is a lot.
How many would be a lot? What do you think would be a lot?
More than one.
Okay.
So a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Lots at this point now.
And I have to, and I feel an obligation now to continuously stand up for those listeners.
I hope you don't get cold because then you're going to fall asleep. You won't be woke anymore.
Tell him, Steve, Dave.
Q. Mm-hmm. I can't help but notice you noticing this watch on my wrist.
I am noticing that is actually a very sweet looking watch. Black. All black.
Black on black.
Yeah. Like my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm. Now,
yes.
If a man of your stature as a Joker with refined tastes is ogling my watch
openly.
Surely.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are
to be, eye-catching.
These are the
movement.
Ah, yes. I was supposed to get one of these. How come I didn't get one?
I don't know.
Because now
Did you tell them what you wanted?
I'm pretty sure I did, but now that I'm looking at yours, I really want it.
Pretty nice, right?
Let me see that.
There you go. They were founded, Walt. You're not a watch guy, right?
No, I got one.
You got one?
Yeah. They sent you one too?
They sent.
You had to pick it out, Q.
I'm pretty sure I did. I went to the website.
Did you?
Did you get a lady style for your dainty wrist?
Oh man, this is nice.
No, I got a pocket watch.
Yeah, nice.
They have pocket watches?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't know. They might. They probably do. They're working on it. If they don't,
Yeah.
that's how.
It's to go with the Warby Parker monocle.
These
are
companies
nice.
woke.
Yep. Is that your new thing now? Like, did you tell your kids about that, woke?
I did.
And what'd she say? Like, what did they say?
I knew what it was immediately. So I had to look it up.
It's a thing
Right.
now.
Yeah, I would have to
thing.
look it up too. But were they proud of you? Like, oh, all right.
They were like, "What makes you woke?"
You're like, because I recognize the colors as equals. And they're like, huh?
So
I'm woke,
moving
girls.
watches.
Yeah, moving watches. Sorry.
Before we go down this rabbit hole too much further.
Let's focus on movement. Let's see. 500,000 watches sold to customers, 160 plus countries. You'd be surprised. They're very inexpensive, not cheap. Q.
No,
They start just $95.
well, that's not cheap. Like a cheap watch is like.
I mean, inexpensive. Yeah, like I guess they.
It's not even that inexpensive.
They cut out
the
they cut out the middleman.
right. Nice stainless steel back. They got the date on this one. You got the complications, as they call them. You got a bunch of them.
Oh, is that what they call it in a watch?
Yeah. Anything on the front face that's not the time is referred to as a complication.
Really?
Yeah, and you have a 4 here.
That has to be a lot, right?
Yeah, man. It's dope. You got a stopwatch on here?
Yeah, that's for when I do my sprints and stuff.
Oh,
put
dude,
on my
look,
shorts
that
and-
one starts it. And that one. This is a cool watch, man.
Actually, I don't use the stopwatch for my sprints. I use the date, the calendar thing.
Yeah, all right. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a little fat humor.
Yeah, I like that one. That was good.
It's a term of endearment, this person told me. It refers to a person that has awakened.
Right.
Yeah.
Is on the pulse of social positive change, guys.
The irony being that like you had to fucking look it up in order to find out what it meant.
No, the irony being that like you shouldn't be trying to achieve woke.
Right.
It should just happen naturally.
It's an enlightenment that like suddenly you're like, you know it.
Yeah,
This
person told me it's almost like a third eye kind of finally opening. They also
That sounds like
But you have to be.
you can't just try to get it
But you also have to be in line with whatever the popular agenda is
or
right
the
now.
right agenda. Maybe not just the only popular, but right.
Sure, but
Which
a
is
woke
ironically
person back in the
left,
1800s had a whole different meaning.
You want to hear some other
Yeah,
stuff?
did they qualify it by saying woke for like 1845 or?
To try to you get? I told this person that you guys would try to
We tried to take it away.
to demean it,
Right.
try to delegitimize
Yeah,
my woke, but I said I wouldn't have it.
Is it a noun? It's a noun.
I don't know.
I thought it was an adjective at first.
You always have been a voice of reason, but this week you were really into it. I thought you'd back down for some of the topics, but damn, you really went for it. You didn't disappoint us young people, and especially as a representative of the term "people of color," quote unquote. I was impressed and felt like you stood up for us.
Nice, dude.
Let's stay off my bridge, motherfucker!
All right, back to these watches.
So anyway, everybody, this is a great thing about movement is like they don't care. They don't care what color you are.
They're the ultimate woke.
Sexual identity,
Right.
or sexual gender, whatever you identify with.
Cis.
Everybody needs a watch. Yeah, you're cis scum. They got to watch. Transgender, you got to watch. Everybody's got to watch.
Everybody needs to know what time it is.
Yeah.
And it's time for fucking change, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
That's what time it is.
You're selling out to one person amongst God knows how many.
What? It's more than just
Somebody
one.
complimented you and you're like, yeah. Woke. Person of color, huh? But you don't even know what color. Do you just, in your white mind, you were like, oh, a black guy. He gave me a compliment.
No, I didn't.
Do you consider Ming a person of color?
Actually, I don't see color anymore.
Oh, you're that woke? Holy shit. I didn't even
That
see that.
is
Yeah, this is
woke.
amazing. Wow, Movement is lucky to have you as a spokesman. And the people are even luckier. They get 15% off.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry, dude.
With free shipping and free
What a
returns.
segue.
It's always this way with you guys. It's all a big joke.
Free shipping. Free shipping and free returns. MVMTwatches.com.
You guys should have to pay more for your watch.
/TESD. I think I did. I think I paid a cracker surcharge. I believe I did. But that's how I'm black on black, man. That's why I got it, to stand in solidarity with black people, whom I do love. So yeah. Movement. These guys, they tried to go to Kickstarter twice, and Kickstarter was like, "Nah, your idea is not original enough."
Oh, there's a criteria now for original ideas?
Now, exactly. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, holy shit, thank God we got under the wire. Original ideas, yeah. They said twice, no movement.
So how'd they make it?
I don't know. They went to some other crowdfunding place. I forget, Indiegogo or something. And they got their...
That's the name of this company?
No, it's Movement Watches, but it's
MVMT.
MVMTwatches.com/TESD.
They are beautiful watches.
Yeah, somebody do me a favor.
They're gorgeous.
Buy us a watch. No, don't buy us a watch. Buy a watch for yourself.
Yeah.
I wore the watch, and I got a few compliments on it already, and that's not
right.
I will say this: 2 things that women notice. Always.
My ears have perked up. Like I said, you're the sexpert.
Yes. 2 things without a doubt that guys don't realize are shoes. I've said this before.
You've said this before, and I've never.
Shoes.
I can't believe it. I still don't believe it, but I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just.
Vicky's right here. Let's ask her.
I like how
you're
Quinn
wearing
is the
Converse.
expert, but
look at that. She even knows what I'm wearing, and I'm under a table right now. My shoes.
Whoa. Get up under that table.
I know. Quinn, damn, he is the sexpert. He's going to be rapping about this next week.
2 things is
What's
shoes.
the other? All right, shoes.
And the one thing that could take a crappy outfit and make it a good outfit, no matter how bad it is a watch.
Oh.
Is what? What'd you
I
say?
was going to say a belt.
A nice tight belt.
That's why.
Cinched at the waist. Girls
I
love
love
it.
Tatum's belt when he wears it right underneath his tits.
Yeah, and he tucks his shirt in nice and tight. Yeah,
that belt looks fucking fine, man.
Yeah, no.
If he's got the shoes to match, forget it, man.
Well, he doesn't have the shoes.
It's a powder keg.
Because, like I said, I'm woke now, so
Right.
I wouldn't get any work done.
Right. He's awoken something in you.
You make him wear you make him go barefoot.
Put your wizard robe back on. I can't concentrate on anything.
Yeah. So look, you're out there right now. You want to step up your game a little bit. You need a dope watch.
True? Is that,
that's 100%
seriously,
true.
It's a watch too.
Shoes and watches, big
it
things.
shows that
Yeah.
you need to know what time it is because you're a fucking busy man.
Right. Well, you just put a little thought to it. That's why if you have like, look, I know people like those calculator watches now. They're wearing them ironically. That's not going to do it. Digital.
Back in?
People have been wearing them again.
Casios?
Yeah. I get it. They're cool as shit, but they're not getting the women
Not like
tingly.
a movement watch.
It's not getting women tingly.
Is this true, Vicky? We can ask you.
Only black on black movement, fellas.
There you go.
And look at these sneakers, man. What do you think of these?
They're very nice.
They're kind of nondescript for my liking, but
Are
what
they
do you know?
Vans? Pumas?
What? No, they're Fry.
Oh.
This is a $250 pair of sneakers.
Oh my god.
All right, well,
That it's 2 years old.
yeah, nice watch. Do yourself a
Watch will do
favor.
it. Go. Get
A lot of guys
yourself
don't
a
wear
watch.
watches. You're making a mistake.
And is there a certain arm you should have the watch on?
Well, I go left because
Why?
because I'm right-handed. So if I had a watch on my right hand, I'd be knocking.
Is that some sort of thing, though? Is like in certain communities, if you got the watch on the wrong hand?
I don't
does it
think
mean
so.
any kind of-
No, I don't think so.
Oh, really? Like, Q goes in with the watch on his left hand. Next thing you know,
No, I wear it on my left hand.
he's got no
It's-
shoes
it's
on, no
time
pants
for-
on, no shirt on.
Some
It's time to
people
go.
wear it on the face on the inside.
Oh,
I don't do that. John McClane did that in the Die Hard movies. I'm not a fan of that.
I don't like it when people wear it like way up on their forearm either.
Yeah.
some people don't have fat wrists.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
take links out.
Yeah. Walt has 2 links in his watch.
That is a good looking watch.
You look fantastic.
Yeah, watch this. Can't
work on my
understand the watch.
footwear now. And I'm going to get myself a wizard robe.
There you go, man. Dude, you'd be a lady killer. All right.
Trying to fit your fat ass foot in Cinderella's slipper, you're unable? Your sick ass drops a deuce in that glass shoe like it was a glass table. Glass table. Glass table. Glass table. Glass table. I like getting head because it's so convenient. You can do it anytime. You don't have to beat it. You can get it in the car or even in the park. But most headhunters go out after dark. There's nothing like a pretty hoe on her knees, sucking my D and licking my bees. You don't have to take our clothes off to bust a nut. When I pull out my dick, bitch, pucker up. And gimme some, gimme some, gimme some, gimme some, gimme some. Gimme some, gimme some, gimme some, gimme some, gimme some. You say you want a knight in shining armor to ride in on his horse. Well, we know you need a bad boy skilled in the art of intercourse. Need your Prince Charming so you can play Snow White? But who's kidding who? We both know you'd let those ugly-ass dwarves pull a train on you. 7 teeny tiny dicks is how you roll. 7 teeny tiny dicks is how you roll. 7 teeny tiny dicks is how you roll. Now them midgets got Snow White on the stroll.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.